Hello and
Wait, we're
welcome.
not ready.
I knew that was going to happen. I jinxed
God
it.
damn it.
You're
Okay, I'm
welcome.
just gonna leave that in. That's just gonna remain in
Good.
the recording. Hello and welcome to the Equestria Daily Podcast. We're on number 15 now, hitting the even bigger numbers. To be fair, I could
Burger
say that.
King foot lettuce.
I could say that every time, and we'll be hitting the very good numbers. So today is going to be a continuation of last time because there's just too much to talk about for Equestria for one podcast. We've got the same people with us. We've got Chip and Krafty. You can say hello, guys.
I
Hello.
don't count apparently.
Hello.
Well, you're here every time, Spone. We won't introduce them
Mhm.
because they're literally the same people as last week. If you want to see their introductions, go back to last week. Though I don't think we did their introductions last week either, so go to the one before that one.
If you
Whenever
want
we
to
showed up.
see their introductions, go to last week.
Exactly. We'll just keep referencing them backwards. So like by like the 90th one, it'll be like, oh yeah, go to number 85. Then oh yep, 81. Oh, go to like 72, and then it just goes all the way back to the first one.
I just meant my main joke being like, go see it because it's a podcast. People listen to them.
Oh,
Ha 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 ha.
Ah.
That was my whole hilarious joke. I know. You're welcome.
that one completely over my head. I'm sorry.
That's alright. It happens.
Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the things we didn't talk about last time, primarily being the villains of the piece and pre-war Equestria. So like the main six, the Crusaders, the princesses, so the characters we know in the show, but also how they were in Fallout Equestria. To start off with, I'm just gonna continue off last time by talking about the villains, and we're gonna start with Red Eye, the cybernetic Earth pony. So I guess we'll start out with his goals and what he was trying to achieve, and like why he was evil. I'll throw it to Chip first, because you've read it most recently. So
Yeah, I definitely finished it.
yeah, you've totally finished it
Yeah.
instead of just
Definitely
watching
finished
three
it. Good.
seasons of what is it, Adventure Time or Amazing World of Gumball?
Amazing Water Combo.
Yeah, and like just binge
That's
3
a good
seasons
show.
in a week.
It is.
This
it's great.
this is not. I can't believe this.
I can't believe this is not butter.
Exactly.
I mean, this isn't Butter. Butter didn't appear for the podcast. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh.
Rest in
friendship.
peace, that one.
Okay, so Chip, what do you think of Red Eye? What do you think of his goals? What do you think of his motives? Like, he wanted to make the world better. He wanted to make Equestria as good as it was before, but on the back of slaves. And then it turns out that that's just a front for him wanting to be a goddess anyway, and well, God, I guess. So what do
No,
you think of
goddess.
that boy?
He's an interesting character. For the most part, he's just a copy of whoever the fucking guy is called in the pit from New Vegas.
Isn't
But
everyone?
Wait, is that
Yeah,
really
I
a
mean,
copy?
Yeah, Red Eye's just a
he
copy
like
as
the
well.
yeah.
Did I miss this reference?
I mean, it's quite a subtle one,
It's not
but
too.
he's a copy of the dude that
subtle.
runs the pit in Fallout New Vegas.
Damn, I feel like I missed that one.
Have you played the pit? DLC in Fallout
No,
3?
I
Oh, yeah,
jumped
you haven't
in the
played
pit.
Fallout 3, have you? So yeah, you would have missed it.
Yeah.
The
I
entirety.
mean, like I still know what he's talking about though.
Oh, fair enough. Well, look at you being like semi caught up on things.
I'm caught up on Fallout things. I'm not caught up anywhere near on fucking Fallout Equestria things. Like I read it years ago.
It's fine. We did that like
Excuses.
really shit catch up before the previous one.
Yeah, when no one actually knew what was going on,
Mhm.
so it was the blind leading the blind.
What the fuck is going on? Go.
This is a quality podcast.
Yes, it is.
It's always
Yeah.
quality.
It's always quality when there's spoon in it.
But yeah,
Exactly. Thank you.
Chip, do you want to carry on with
Sure.
your rendition of Red Eye?
His rendition.
Yeah. Before his alternate goals, as it were revealed, I really liked his character because he was similar to a lot of the characters in Fallout franchise. Was doing the best with what they have already, and they thought that they could only do it through fucked up methods because that's all they knew. So despite him doing quite a lot of fucked up things, he was doing them to for the greater good, as it were.
Yeah, he
So
was actually trying to make the world a better place
Yeah.
by using slaves and shit. But that's we just
yeah,
glance over that. I did like that I did like his original guy. I was kind of disappointed when you found out that he just wants to ascend and become a god and all of that. Because it
Yeah.
was just like, oh, well, that's a disappointment. Like, he could have been a decent character, but I guess it just felt kind of ruined by all that secondary stuff.
yeah.
What about you, Krafty? What are your thoughts on Mr. Red Eye?
He kind of came across as a really dark, sinister character at first. Like, I don't know. It's from before you met him. He sounded like, oh yeah, he's out there. He's like someone in New Appaloosa making change. But then, as you progress into the story, you get more and more darker things about him, and you just find out his plan. You're just like, wow, this guy is actually a huge juice bag.
What do you mean? Like, it wasn't too dark, was it? Like, he had a lot of propaganda and things about him, but I don't think it was that bad.
Well, I mean dark in the sense of like evilness, like using slaves and wanting to ascend into a goddess, not like dark as in Project Horizon's dark.
No, it doesn't get that dark. Don't worry.
It never gets that dark. Well, I mean, neither of us have read it, but you sure tell us a lot about it.
Yeah.
Just don't get that dark, and you'll be good.
It sounds like you have PTSD from it.
Absolutely.
And I think I said last time I really liked the whole cathedral thing because it was just like epic as fuck. What about you, Spoon? Do you have anything to say about Red Eye?
I liked it better when he did not want to become goddess and get a sex change.
But would he
Because
get a
Maybe it's
sex
just
you
change?
who he
know,
was,
all-
Spoon.
They were all females, right? That's not something I'm just like
No.
making up. Like they were all females, right?
Yeah.
They didn't have to be,
Part of
did
his
they?
plan
Like,
though in his ending was to change that.
Exactly. Like even the males that got like ascended, it's like boom, guess what?
Yeah.
Surprise.
Part
Say
of the plan
goodbye.
for his like method of doing it was to solve that issue though.
yeah,
He wanted
because
to.
he wanted them to be able to reproduce.
So basically,
He wanted all those
became-
grills.
he became typical brony that just wanted to go to alternate universes male.
Yeah.
Is what we've learned here. He wanted to get with his waifu,
Oh,
and
no.
that's an admirable goal.
Oh no.
Who's his waifu? That giant puddle of goop that's Trixie.
Yes,
And
it was actually user the whole time.
what if Flash Sentry was just a brony that managed to make it into Equestria?
Exactly.
That explains everything. Yeah, I guess there's not too much to say on about Red Eye. He did have some decent goals, and then he didn't.
Yeah, slavery is not good. Don't do that.
Don't do slavery,
do it.
kids.
We're not your own mom.
Or do it. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
If you want to become a female and get with the other females, then go for it.
I have to admit, though, the fact that there was nothing much said about the Citadel rather than it was tall, you could really imagine like something dark and Citadel-like.
It's tall.
It's the
Oh
big
God,
tall-
no, please.
Well, at least as far as I can remember.
I literally just imagined it from all the art from like Fallout 1 and what you see in Fallout 1. I actually just imagined the exact same thing.
Please, anything but tall things. It's so intimidating.
Tall is intimidating. I did get confused when they said like the sides of it opened up and they started having like anti-air cannons and things that just completely messed with the image in my head, and I was just like, sure, I'll just.
No, this doesn't work.
I'll just
I
ignore
was
that
just
bit.
imagining like a spire.
Did you guys ever get that at any points in the story? Like you're just kind of imagining something in your head, and then you read something, and it's like this doesn't fit in anywhere. I don't know how to like imagine
kinda.
this.
I would say yes, because like you're always imagining things, and then like something's like, oh, surprise! Actually, this is how it is, and you're just like, well, shit.
Well, shit, I've been doing it wrong this whole time.
You're like, yeah, well, okay, I guess. And the whole meme with like the I guess, and that's it.
So, speaking of Red Eye's waifu, we've got Trixie, or the goddess.
We have Trixie. Oh God.
Where's User when you
Confirmed.
need him?
Yeah, spoilers.
Gone from being a bitch in the show to being a bitch in my fiction.
Yeah, she wasn't treated too well there, was she? Well, I mean, she became a goddess and like fucked over everyone. So
Yeah, that's
But it
part
wasn't
of the
exactly
image.
her fault.
Oh,
Yeah.
She just
okay.
fell into it.
Not her fault.
did she still have? She still had Trixie's consciousness, didn't she?
Yes, I
Yeah.
think it's
From
a
what I remember, there
collection.
was like 4 consciousnesses.
But like
Yeah,
Trixie's
it's like a
one was the
collection.
only like
Well, and like Twilight's.
Dominant one.
dominant one. That's it.
I thought it was Trixie and Twilight's
It was.
Yeah, it
But-
was. But Twilight's was kind of buried.
because Trixie's
Yeah.
such a massive douche that it just kind of
Yeah.
overshadowed that.
Is that actually why? Is that actually why Trixie came out on top?
No, I don't think so.
That's exactly
I
why.
think she's the. It's because she was the original.
She's the initial
Yeah.
goo pile.
Oh, so okay. How did the Gestalt
She basically
and
absorbed Twilight.
the two brothers or sisters, I forgot they were. How did they get in there?
They threw him in.
They were the assistants.
Sacrifice.
Oh, they were just in Maripony at the
uh,
time and got fucked.
I don't recall. But let's just say yes and pretend I remember more than I do.
All right. So, what do people think of Trixie's goals and motives? So, what I have here is just what Chip told me anyway, and apparently she wanted to preserve equestrian life and saw ponies as unfit to survive in the wasteland, so created alicorns so that ponies
Correct.
could live on, which is just
I
Crafty.
think this
a
is
rip.
How does this make you feel, Crafty?
what?
How
How does this make you feel?
Is this some kind of thing that happened in the book? I can't remember it.
Yeah. You don't remember? Trixie's
No.
like, hey, I want to make alicorns because the wasteland shit, but alicorns thrive off of it. And then she like sucked people into the pit
I can remember that part, yes, but
and made alicorns.
I was just gonna say we're missing like a giant like overshadow of what Trixie was doing before she got turned. Like she was actually like
We're
on the low.
talking about villains right now. We can talk about pre-war during the pre-war. This is not pre-war. This is after war.
All right, okay.
After the big war.
These are the villains. Trixie's not a villain beforehand, remember? She's just a misunderstood bitch.
She technically is still a villain.
Well, I
It's coming off
mean,
the back of the season 1 episode where she was a villain
Yes.
still.
yes.
Was she really a villain then, though? But that's a story. That's another podcast. The podcast we've already done, in fact.
She was an upset individual.
But yeah, so she was trying to get redeemed and then fell into a pile of goop when a nuke went off.
Alright, Crafty, I'll ask you a better question. If you were in this situation, would you change everybody into female alicorns?
No, I'd rather just.
So you want everyone to suffer.
I mean, it's Krafty. Wants
I'd
everyone to
rather
be male
have-
alicorns.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Understandable.
Are we stooping this low?
Apparently.
We were never that high to begin with. Let's face it.
True. I mean, we are bronies. We are technically at the bottom of the barrel as it is right now.
It's alright, Crafty. You're at the very bottom.
Yeah, I'm through the ground bottom.
Alright, I'll ask Chip instead, because he'll probably know. Chip, if there was nuclear hellfire, would you turn everybody into female alicorns?
I mean, fuck knows.
Was Trixie, or did her like mind get fucked by the goop? Like,
Mine got fucked.
so she wasn't the same sort of consciousness. It was kind of a different
Yeah.
person.
Well,
It
it's
was a
mostly
little bit
there
of both.
still.
It wasn't like, I don't know, because she didn't seem like the same person. But then again, she just suddenly got given loads of power, and that could have changed her anyway. Just like, oh, guess I'm a goddess now. Get fucked, Twilight. You're
Now
get in.
she is
What?
great and powerful. Now you're fucked.
Yeah, she actually
I
is great and
mean-
powerful. Oh no.
A little Pip absorbed a little bit of taint and regrown limbs, so if Trixie was like covered in it for like a prolonged amount of time, I'm assuming it fucked her completely.
Yeah, so I guess she's just a completely different person. What about
Supposed to be...
how she died? I really liked the like story arc of killing Trixie.
It was very
I
unexpected.
liked the story arc when Trixie dies.
God damn it, I'm
That's the
breathing.
one
That's
I
my
like.
favorite.
Maybe I should...
I don't even remember. Did they detonate a bomb or something?
Yeah, so they
They snuck a bomb.
like Little Pip came up with a plan and then like completely told each person only their specific part of the plan, then got rid of
then
her own
erased her memory.
memories.
Yeah. And walks on in. It's like, oops, bomb, surprise.
It was quite a long arc, wasn't it? Like, didn't they go to Canterlot during this
Yeah.
thing? What did they even go to
Yeah,
Canterlot for?
For the Black Book, that's what the goddess wanted, and it was the bait,
They did.
really.
Yeah, they did fuck some shit in between.
They did a lot of things before making her go boom.
And the Black Book is... Why did Trixie want the Black Book?
It allows her to make
Power.
alicorns better,
Oh,
Yeah.
fair enough.
or something like that. It was something to do with her
I think it was
changing
allowed
things
them
into
to
alicorns. Oh, it was
reproduce.
reproducing. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
They needed
Oh,
male
yeah.
ones because they couldn't reproduce.
Oh, so
Because once more, just a direct copy of Fallout.
Yes.
Wait, how's that a direct copy of Fallout? Who needed males
Super
to read?
mutants. Super mutants ran out of the Fallout. FEV, whatever it stands for.
The FEV, the
Yeah.
Oh,
fucking
Fallout,
whatever the fuck.
Forced
magic
evolutionary
bullshit
virus, that's
shit.
it.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, there you go.
And they couldn't reproduce without that. So that's why they're rampaging everywhere.
Oh, trying to find more. Oh, okay.
Oh, wow, so they're mad because they can't find Grill.
Yeah,
Mad
basically.
because cannot find grill. Sad.
Relatable.
Alcorns. Yeah.
Going back to the whole arc thing, though, I kind of really liked it how we knew it was happening, and then all of a sudden it started rolling really quickly and unexpectedly. So you're like, oh shit, this is actually quite good.
Oh my god,
did pick
they're
up-
gonna go boom.
Very quickly. They did find it.
Like you,
Sorry, carry on, yeah.
oh, I was gonna say you didn't expect it until it actually happened. Like you didn't know the bomb. Like you'd think the bomb would have been moved in words, but it wasn't. And then all of a sudden it happened, and then you were told what happened after.
Surprise.
Yeah, that was. It was kind of funny how everything went south. Just like, how? Wait, did Little Pip know there was a bomb there? Or was she just kind of, hey, how you doing, princess? And then just, oh yeah, bomb detonation, T-minus 60. Oh shit! And then the Enclave walk through the door. Oh shit! And then you just leg it to the bomb shelter.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
The whole meme, just oh no.
Yes, thank you, Chip.
I don't know. Would she have known? She delete all
She,
her
Oh, at
memories.
least her memory, she didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She didn't know, so it's just as much of a surprise for her as it was for everyone reading.
That'd be a nice little surprise. Just like, okay, so here's the Black Book. I forgot else what I was supposed to do. Nuclear detonation in T-minus 60. That's it.
That's what it
just
was.
Always skips my
Oh,
mind.
shit. If only she remembered, maybe Steel Hoops would have lived.
Oh, Jesus.
Savage. Too soon. Too soon. Even though it's been like 7 years or whatever.
It's been a very long
Details.
time.
It's still too soon. It's still hoops. It's too soon.
If you would have read
Maybe
the
next
book a
year.
couple years ago, wouldn't it be too soon, NG?
It would be. It's like those Firefly jokes. Like, why hasn't Mal taken the Firefly for a spin? Because it needs a wash. Because
Spoilers.
Wow. Spoil fucking everything, why don't you?
spoil fucking everything. Have you guys seen Serenity / Firefly?
Yes, I have.
You think I'm watching it?
You might have seen it. I don't know.
The answer is no, I haven't.
Oh, it's really, really good. You
That's
should
good.
watch it. But that's fine.
Nor do I plan on watching it, but yes.
That's not a plan for this
Hey,
podcast.
speaking of the Enclave,
Enclave are also another big bad. That
are they a big bad?
Seamless transition.
Seamless, flawless, nobody noticed.
yeah, we were talking about the goddess 1 minute, and now we're talking about the Enclave. It just went over people's heads. They
He said the Enclave came in and they're surprise, they're also bad.
and then they also got like nuked.
And they also got nuked.
What?
Did they get nuked? They didn't get nuked.
Yeah,
It was
because
the
I mean,
they went to see the goddess.
some of them got nuked.
One of their like
giant sun laser.
highest people. Like who's the guy that got nuked? I forgot his name. What
Fuck
what was his position? Was he just like a member of the Enclave Council or something?
Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah, basically, but Enclave.
We forgot his name for the time being, so he can be Emperor Palpatine.
But he just got fucking nuked, and then what? They like took it as an act of aggression or something, or did they just use it as an excuse to fight the war?
I think it was just an excuse.
So
A little bit of both.
they were gonna do it anyway, and then they were just like, oh well, here's a reason. Like in Civ, when you just want to fuck over some guy because they've been really annoying, and then oh, apparently you converted one of my cities. That's a reason to kill you all. Oh no,
That's a reason to start nuclear war.
That's all you need.
that's all you need.
Just need some sort of reason. What was the whole point? Like, what did the Enclave do? Why were they... Like, what was their reasoning?
They were just massive. No, I'm not allowed to say that word in this server.
They were mean.
They were.
Yeah,
They were bullies. They took the weather from people.
Goddamn Enclave.
I forget what it was. Basically, didn't they just put a huge cloud cover over
Yeah.
like everything?
they wanted
and
to
just, like,
preserve the Pegasus
it.
race.
Yeah, so I think
Wow.
like
Broadcasts.
all the way back in the Great War, a nuke went off, wiped out Cloudsdale. They were just like, shit,
Huh.
and then they just closed up the cloud
I
curtain.
didn't even know nukes could hit clouds.
So it's they closed the cloud curtain so that the zebras couldn't aim their bombs to try and help preserve the ponies below. And then, how did they turn the single Pegasus project into like food?
Seed clouding.
But how do they control it?
They grow
Yeah.
seeds in clouds.
That was originally a joke by Calamity. I don't recall if it turned out to be true or not, but they did explain it at some point.
All right,
Like,
I believe you.
Magic.
That's, magic. That's it.
Bird horse magic, which is like the worst kind.
Well, at least they could fly. What the
Yeah.
fuck does Earth Pony magic do?
They grow food that doesn't taste like shit.
They grow food that doesn't taste like shit.
That doesn't taste like cloud. Delicious cloud.
They're just harvesting clouds. Clouds for lunch, clouds for dinner, clouds for breakfast, clouds for
Pretty
dessert.
much, it's pretty shitty.
That's that's not the diet I envy. I've got to say.
Exactly. That's why the earth ponies are good. And the bird horses suck, because what do? They fly, and then, like, as soon as stuff goes bad, they just cut off from everyone else. They're like, fuck it.
So, all these like 200 years later, whatever.
Yes.
So they put the cloud curtain to protect the society down below, but then 200 years later they're killing the society down below. So why?
They're dumb.
yeah, basically.
They are the big stupid.
They're worried. They were like it's something like they were worried that if the like Pegasi citizens saw the things that were going on, they'd want to help, and then
They'd want to help. Yeah.
that'd like
Yeah.
destabilize their.
Destabilize their little bubble that they had up there.
So they were just kind of selfish pricks, really. The government.
Yeah, pretty much. They're just selfish pricks. It sums up the bird horses. Selfish pricks.
Well, the Enclave were selfish, but the actual like
Well, not
Pegasi race
all of the bird horses, but
yeah.
a lot of the bird horses.
The ones in power.
Ones
The
that
big
were
bad bird
brainwashed.
horses. It's like China.
Yeah.
It's a direct comparison to China from Fallout.
No, that's separate. Come on now.
Yeah, that I know. I'm more. I was making a joke. Let me have my joke.
No,
No.
no jokes. No jokes. If I can't sing, you can't make a joke.
You know, fucking alright.
Can you not?
I can
Worse
dance if I
still.
want to.
Easy days.
How did the Enclave die? Like, you have it written down that death. Enclave, dead.
I
I
just
thought they didn't die. I thought there was like a war at the end of the book, and then they just kind of won.
I
And
don't
then
think
the
they
Enclave
did
was
die.
like, oh,
I think
they
didn't.
won.
yeah, I'm not like because obviously it's a not like a faction, so they don't just die, but like
If you
the
kill them all, they
leaders
die.
died, and they opened up the cloud curtain because Little Pip got into the SPP, and then I think they just kind of finished it anyway because the Pegasi just came down to like, yo fams, you need a hand, and then like everyone was
You
dying.
need assistance.
I think it just kind of slowly just went out of thing because you'd get
Yeah.
soldiers that would turn or mutiny.
Basically, it just fell apart because they could no longer pretend that the below land was just fucked.
It's fucked
Yeah.
down there. Nobody's alive down there. And then they pull back the clouds and are like, you fucking liar.
What a
Plus, there
can't
was
say that
that
word
whole
on the
carrier.
server.
I can't
Which one?
believe that you would do this.
There was one of those whole thunder carriers that were one of them. Like they had a whole mutiny on that entire ship.
Oh yeah, that's
What
true.
the
Like
fuck
even
are-
when they were
what?
fighting in the war, they had like
Rebels.
destabilizers. Like not their entire
The
army
whole
wasn't.
ship, like the biggest one, goes in entire mutiny.
And then they like TK it, isn't it?
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that.
Then they fly into another one or something.
No, I think the
They
only one that
fly
flew
into-
into another one was the one that had Lionheart and the mouse in it.
Oh yeah.
Like he
Oh
just
no, I think they opened fired on that one, didn't they?
yeah, but it still just like fucking plowed into the side of another one.
You guys are getting down like into the brass taxes of things, and I don't know how I feel.
You were just talking about things, man. All right. So basically, Enclave, they aren't all bad. The people up high were bad. They died. Cloud curtain was open. Good people came down. Everything was fine.
You know, I can't help but notice that you managed to forget one of the villains.
Shit. What was the other one that I missed?
The metal ones.
Oh, they're still no, they are still Rangers. Yeah.
They weren't really
Yeah,
a
they're
villain,
still-
were they?
Oh, they were bad. They killed people.
They just
I
like
mean, they're villains in the same way that the Professor Steel are. It's like that's
They-
separationists or whatever.
They want to save technology, also fuck you.
Yeah,
Oh.
basically.
Oh,
they don't trust ponykind with technology because they think they're just gonna blow everything up and kill everyone again, and everyone's gonna die.
We don't trust Ponykind with it, so us being ponies, obviously, are going to take it.
Yeah.
Because we are infallible compared to others.
that or it's just a direct copy of Brotherhood of Steel, like
Yeah,
exactly.
even the Brotherhood of Steel has the same fucking problem. We don't trust humanity with this technology. We're going to take it.
As humans.
Ignore the fact that they also kill a ton of people in persons.
Yeah, ignore the fact that they're also doing fucked up shit sometimes. Some of them are alright. Some of them are real fucked
Wait,
up.
what kind of fucked up
Like
shit does the
Applejack's
Brotherhood of Steel
Rangers.
do?
What, like in the fucking games?
Yeah.
Like exterminate an entire fucking stable almost.
Yeah, they can exterminate, people that are just...
But no,
Not
like
fit.
in the game, they didn't really do anything like that. That was more of a Steel Ranger thing.
I mean, it depends on which faction of, like, Brotherhood of Steel, I guess.
Yeah.
So I don't-
Some of them are good. Some of them just like killing people to steal technology.
'cause I think the worst Brotherhood of Steel
Them-
was in like Fallout 4, isn't it? And they just didn't give a shit about synths.
I mean, that's not necessarily bad because like they're synths or whatever. Like they've done fucked up shit to people. Like, oh, we don't trust you with technology. We're just gonna kill all of you so you can't use it.
Yeah, it's basically just get technology back at any cost, but
Yeah,
that cost is killing a bunch of dudes.
And
just killing people who are trying to live. It's like, oh, you got a water purifier there, eh?
well,
Say goodbye.
yeah, you got a water purifier.
Rip you.
Don't want to get nuked by that bad boy. Better kill you all. That's just an act of aggression. Just like
Yeah.
Bush and
You
the
got a toaster
WMDs.
there.
They could
Yeah,
watch
but-
us.
You have a toaster that wants to kill people.
Or-
You have a singular bolt there, you're dead.
You think I'm joking, but there is actually a toaster that wants to kill people.
Yeah,
Fallout.
no, he doesn't like Old World Blues. Can't be doing that.
Yeah, I don't like Old World Blues. I'm sorry.
You don't like the big MT?
No, it's boring.
It's boring. I mean, you're not wrong.
Oh wow, dude.
Big MT's alright.
Was it?
It was. Oh, didn't they make a reference to Big MT in one of the fictions for fucking Fallout Equestria?
Yeah,
shit?
I feel like
Probably.
Was it Pink Eyes? It might have been Pink Eyes.
I don't recall.
I feel like there was something in Fallout Equestria, like the OG one, like some sort of faraway research facility. Or am I
The
just be
big
confusing
MT.
it with Mariponi military base?
Maybe.
Uh,
All I know is that they did make a reference to the Big MT at some point in one of the fictions.
one of the fictions. Well, thanks for that key info, Spone. You really saved us there.
Yeah. You're
On an
welcome.
unrelated note, though, they made a reference to us, didn't they, in Fallout 4?
You're not
They
wrong.
made a reference to fucking Fallout Equestria and Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Did
that
they?
was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it direct to Fallout Equestria?
I don't even know
kinda.
what reference they're talking about.
There was
so-
a dude called Red Eye in it.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
They
That's
made a
actually pretty
reference
awesome.
towards MLP in number 4. Like if you go into like one of the terminals talking about like the
Giddy up, buttercup. It was in
I
the,
forget what the horse.
yeah, giddy up,
The
buttercup.
robotic
factory,
horses.
that's it.
Yeah, Giddy Up Buttercup, that stuff. It's like, oh look, a reference, and it's like, hey, that's kind of neat.
Yeah, like it was like a few references. It was like 3 terminal entries, and they just had a bunch of references. And like, I just don't know
Yeah, one of
what
them was
went
referencing the code.
wrong.
Yeah, one of them was referencing, I think, the Mirror Pool episode, and like another one was referencing something else.
What?
I think there was also a Twilight reference, wasn't there? Or
No.
No,
Probably.
I can't believe
No.
that.
oh,
Why would they reference Twilight?
Twilight the pony or Twilight the like shitty vampire thing?
No, Twilight, the ELO song.
I don't know what that is, Spone. Your references are going over my head. Why are you doing this to me?
I'm sorry. I don't mean to do this to you, but also I'll send you the song when this is over.
Okay, I don't look forward to it.
You should. It's a good song. ELO's great.
All right, so do we want to go into the meaty section of this podcast?
Oh yes, I want the
Not really.
meaty thwack of this fucking
You want the
podcast.
meaty chunk
slapped by the rat.
right in the middle of this podcast. Okay.
Yes, I'm ready.
So this is actually one of my favorite like things in the book. Everything that happens in the pre-war
Exposition.
with the like
Trixie
Yeah.
dying?
Trixie dying and exposition. My favorite.
I feel bad that I don't know what the word exposition means. How have I completed a degree?
Exposition is like knowledge that you need to understand fully. Usually, like from before. Like exposition is basically the setup. It's like, here you go. Here's the things
Basically,
you
just
need to
standing
know.
there and telling you the entire plot line of a thing.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So
Exposition is plot that is given to you.
okay. Well, I
Told,
Fucking-
not shown.
Quote that. Put it
Is
on a
it
fucking
plot
wall.
that's expanded though?
No, it's
Yeah.
plot that is given to you.
I mean, free plot, who'd complain?
Exactly.
fuck's sakes.
Exposition is plot. Confirmed.
This is just why this is Krafty's last podcast.
You're not invited back. Sorry.
You'd say that, but I'll probably be back soon enough.
You'll be back eventually.
We'll just shove him on-
We'll put you on hold for like 10.
Or we'll just shove him on the like Applejack one. That could be a decent
Ooh.
punishment.
I already have people who want on the Applejack one.
Wait, like
I have one person.
actively want.
Yes,
That is, I'm proud that you
Hey.
found 2 people that would actively want to be on that.
I found one person. Come on. Two.
Applejack isn't a bad pony. She may be
Hey.
in the background.
She's
You
a
know what?
temple.
We're gonna talk about Applejack. Fuck it. We're talking about Applejack first. Pre-war Applejack.
Well,
What does Applejack do in this fic that makes her better than a background horse?
She does a lot of things in the background.
Whoa!
Literally.
basically, she's still a background horse, isn't she?
I mean,
Yeah.
she's exposition
She's
horse.
one of the least interesting of the 6. Again.
Incorrect. She made,
Yeah,
or I guess
incorrect.
she helped make power armor. That's not small.
I guess.
If there was no Applejack, there wouldn't be no Steel Hooves.
And there'd be no Little Pip.
True, Applejack
Yeah.
is Little Pip's great grandmother, whatever the fuck it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
So technically, this whole fiction wouldn't take place without Applejack. So
She's
just
the
saying.
most important piece.
gotta give a little bit of respect here,
Nah, I can't be doing that.
just a little.
Yeah, that sounds giving Applejack
mean-
respect sounds like a mistake.
Respect Applejack, please.
You can respect Applejack, but you can let Trixie die if you want to. I mean, I know that's your favorite thing.
That's a
Real
terrible
question
joke.
though. How do you guys feel about like I don't know about you guys, but whenever I read fictions and they like put characters together with like OC created characters, it makes me a little like cringy inside. That being said, this fic did not make me feel that, so I was alright.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was kind of a. It wasn't OC. It was more of a. Oh yeah, this person I could actually see him with
Yeah,
Applejack.
it was a character that matched with Applejack. It wasn't just like, wow, who the fuck is this guy?
And it was about a character that no one cares about anyway, so.
Bright rainbow OC appears. Hello,
Right,
Applejack.
Rainbow OC, hello, Applejack.
And the
Can we
cord
have-
with 3 horns.
Can we have baby, please? Yeah. So yeah, Apple Snack, right? Was that his, I think it's his
Apple
name.
Snack, yeah.
Which obviously quality name and could not have been any better.
What did he
I
even
mean,
have
it's
to do with
It's a
Apple?
fucking plot point that it's a dumb name.
Yeah, literally everything. It's just a dumb fucking name, but we'll go with it.
Also, I kind of see the characters in this as different from MLP. Like, even though they're the same, because it's so much
Well, of
further on in
course they're
some
different.
chapters, it just feels different.
It has to be a little different. Also, you have to imagine that this took place after like the first 2 seasons of the fucking show.
Not even
Yeah.
two, but yeah.
I think
You
it's
kind
like
of
And Fluttershy
delete.
was still a terrible character.
back when
Fluttershy
Fluttershy
was-
is still
Yep.
kind of a terrible character, but for different reasons.
Just delete all memory of all previous seasons and then go in fresh and be like, wow,
So,
Wow.
yeah. Applejack
glimmer.
creates Ministry of
Wow,
Wartime
no.
Technology, makes the Steel Rangers, creates some power armor, helps with the industry. I think she actually helps fund some of the people that set off the nuke in Manhattan as well, isn't it? Because
Yeah,
Yeah.
she funded basically the entirety of industry in wartime Equestria.
so
Basically, imagine like Rothschild. That's Applejack.
Wasn't she in with the whole Zakora thing as well?
No, I don't
I
think
think
so.
that was just Pinkie and Rainbow
That
Dash.
was, yeah, that's Pinkie Rainbow Dash. And the only reason I remember that though is because they say it's a prank when they do it.
What do they?
Do they
Yeah.
really say it's a prank?
Yeah.
It's like the
Why?
mayor,
It's so fucked up.
double agent, Sakura's
Lamau.
like,
It's just a prank, bro.
Zakora died, Lamau.
double agent
Literally
prank
dead.
gone wrong. Someone died.
Gone wrong.
Upload
3
on
a.m.
YouTube, demonetized.
Demonetized. Sorry. Filming dead bodies. My bad.
Just Apple Stack holding up a camera in that scene.
But yeah, Applejack did things like I thought she did know about like Sakura being a double agent thing because
I specifically remember because it was on the like 30 minutes of it that I actually watched this week.
no,
I
I'm
should
like
know.
I thought she would know like afterwards because she got real upset with Apple fucking Snack over that, and like even if he explained it to her, like she was upset. So like
I think it's
I
because
mean, fucking Apple Snack didn't know about it until Pip told him.
well, obviously Apple Snack didn't know.
Like even after the fact, which you'd think.
But
they'd
why would
say.
Applejack get so angry then? Like if Sakura was being a double agent, or I guess not double agent, but like being bad.
I guess
like,
it's still
to
an old
her-
friend, and like she submitted and all of that, and
Submit.
And she saw the darkness within him.
saw the darkness.
Stop.
So I'm not gonna let that line die.
What was it that drove Applejack to make the Ministry of Technology? Wasn't it the death of...
Big Mac.
Big Mac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Big Mac. Oh yeah, because like
Yeah.
Big Mac got killed at the massacre thing or whatever, right?
No, Big Mac.
I think he jumped
someone.
in front of Celestia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he was
the
he
bullet.
saved. Yeah, he saved. So that's sorry, my man.
And then she was just
And
like,
then she's like, "We need armor."
"Yeah, I don't want another pony to die again."
Shouldn't have just been sending these people out in
Man.
like walls.
Why were we sending people out into battle? There's
I
guns
think
and
it
shit,
was-
no armor.
I think they
It was
had like
Apple Snack.
combat armor and that sort of shit,
Nah.
but they didn't have
Nah,
like.
they had nothing. They had wood.
They had sticks.
They had they're fighting with spears, and they're like, "Ah, shit, this isn't working."
Like Apple Stack wasn't ripped apart in that scene. Literally.
Yeah, that was rip. But good
Yeah, it
old
was rip.
Fluttershy, like semi fucking things up. Only semi.
Speaking of Fluttershy fucking things up, let's talk about Fluttershy fucking things up.
Oh, I was going to do that afterwards, Rarity, because Rarity dies to save Fluttershy, and it would have been good.
No, we don't care. We'll talk about
continuity.
Rarity after we talk about
Just-
Fluttershy.
just-
Who cares about order? This podcast
You know what?
is
Fine, we'll
already
talk about.
fucked.
No,
we'll talk
you've already
about
wrote my
Rarity.
list.
We'll
Applejack
talk
was
ab-
fourth, and then you just throw her in the start, and now we're talking about
I mean-
Fluttershy, even though she's sixth. Just whatever.
We did the villains in the wrong order.
It's-
I think you just put him in the wrong order. Who wants to talk about Twilight first? She didn't do shit.
no, we're talking about Fluttershy now. It's too late. Damage is done.
Good. Fluttershy's garbage.
Yeah,
Let's just-
basically.
End the podcast right here.
Just end it. Fluttershy's garbage. We're done here.
So I'll just quickly go through with what she did. She is the Ministry Mayor of the Ministry of Peace. There were nice healers. They helped like tend to people after the battle, like both zebras and
And they
ponies, and
made nukes.
it's so lovely. And then like she created the mega spells, and she's like, "Hey, look everyone, let's all get healed with mega spells." So then she did it in that one battle, and then everyone got revived, and then they fought each other again because literally everyone was alive, and it was the same battle. And then she was like, "I know all in this war, just 200 IQ plays. Let's give nukes to the zebras. Like when we're both faced with utter annihilation, it'll be fine." And then everyone gets utterly annihilated. And that's about it.
Yeah, to
If
be
we're all
fair,
dead,
it's
no
a
one
great
will be left to kill each other.
it's a great solution. If everyone dies, there's no war.
I wouldn't say she gave them nukes because I think the mega spell is like a rain boom. It's just the zebras
It's a
and
rain boom.
Twilight.
Have a concentrated rain boom.
What's the word? Like when you take something and you transform it into
Altered.
something else. There's a special word for it.
Transmute?
Transmutation is like that, but also transmogrify or
That's-
modify.
They basically
words.
took the
Change.
spell, took it apart, and then put it into bomb. Both sides did that. They found a way to weaponize it, but Fluttershy didn't like give them directly nukes.
Nah,
They just made
she's
it
a murder
possible.
Pokemon now.
Because I think
Look,
she
she
even
fucked things
said
up.
that she like gave them nukes, isn't it? Like she gave them the ability to destroy us because we had the ability to destroy them. And it's like, see,
And that
we
makes
don't wanna
things fair.
die.
The
No, I
element
think
of
that was just
fair.
healing. She's just like, I gave them these mega spells so they can heal themselves so everybody wouldn't die. I think she was so naive and innocent throughout the entire book on this.
I think they were just nukes when she handed them over.
Yeah, they're just 100% nukes from my memory. She's like,
Same.
hey, like she at first was trying to like heal people, and she's like, well, new
Well, this
plan.
isn't working.
We
Have
make
a
it so
nuke.
that they can kill us, and then we all stop. Except for we didn't all stop, and everyone died.
YOLO.
So it was a good idea in theory, but war never changes, and Fluttershy forgot that.
I like the idea
Yeah.
of Fluttershy
Hasn't
being
played enough Fallout games.
too kind for the world. Like what she did was a kind action. It had good intentions, but it didn't work because she was too kind for the world. I like that. That was the thing. Like it obviously makes Fluttershy a shit character,
Yeah,
but
it was a long, long way from a question.
Well, you'd have some
So?
really powerful scenes with her like crying and Rarity was like trying to comfort her and stuff, and like Rarity saying, "Oh, Fluttershy, you were truly the best of us," and stuff like that.
You were
Yeah.
truly the best of us. Also, fuck you.
there were
Because
sweet
now we're
scenes.
all
Though. There
dead.
were sweet scenes.
Yeah.
I did
Oh,
enjoy
I'm
them.
Because everybody
Fluttershy.
else
I'm really
was, like,
sad
fucking
about
up.
what I did. I fucked up. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Look, she's the only one who like, wanted to save everyone, like rather than kill everyone. But she also is the one who ended up killing everyone while trying to save everyone. So,
Well, yeah, but
who's the
she
real
did-
winner here?
She had good intentions. I mean, Rarity and all that were building like stuff that would kill stuff, but
No,
this
Rare-
was
What was Rarity doing? I forgot what Rarity did.
Propaganda.
We'll talk. Yeah, we'll talk about her in a minute.
yeah. But overall, Fluttershy's intentions were good, and when Rarity came to realize that, then like you'd see that like even after all this shit, Rarity could still see the innocence in her and stuff like that.
It's like you are too kind for this world. Get the
Mm.
fuck out and. Oop,
Fluttershy
done.
and Rarity did have a good relationship in the book. I think I liked all the like
Yeah.
memorials with those two together.
Yes.
They're always pleasant to
Those
read.
were the only two that really tried, didn't they? Everybody else was either making shit and killing stuff and changing.
I mean,
really.
everyone tried. Like Twilight created the Alicorns to try and create like super soldiers to fight the war with.
They
Applejack
all
created.
tried in their different ways.
Yeah. Who knows
It's
what the
like
fuck Rainbow Dash
Fallout.
did, but like everyone else tried.
She went fast.
Rainbow Dash created the Ministry of Awesome.
She went blue
The Ministry of
fast.
Awesome, which did fuck all,
Apart from the single pony Pegasus project.
which ends up being the main problem in this fiction. Wow.
Whoopsie.
It really is based off of season 1.
Man, it really is based off of. Yeah.
Savage.
I mean, Rainbow Dash, debatably, everything that she does is still causing problems, but you know.
She was the only one to like actually fight in the war, though, wasn't she?
Probably.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing that she could do.
It's the only thing
Like she
could
was
do,
annoyed
at
that she
least.
got given a ministry because it took her off the front lines.
Yeah, that's it.
I want to fight and kill Zebra. Well, that's not surprising coming from Rainbow Dash.
I want to kill zebra scum, says the. Yeah, and again in season 1 they were racist as fuck, weren't they, with the whole
Exactly.
Sakura episode.
Yeah.
That was. Yeah, I rewatched that episode like 2 days ago, and I was just like, "What the fuck is this shit? What am I watching?" It's really bad.
Yeah, the first season's just bad in general. Don't watch it again if you.
It is. I
Ever,
think like any other rewatch I'll do, I'll just skip over the first.
Yeah, don't recommend season 1 to people because like it's not that great.
It really is bad, isn't it?
The writing's bad. The character development's bad.
Just
The
It's just all
stories
bad.
are okay. Some of them are all right, but a lot of them are.
some of
kinda
them
like,
are okay. Like I
yeah.
enjoyed Winter Wrap Up,
It's just,
and I enjoyed the
Well,
premiere.
yeah, everybody loves Winter Wrap Up.
And that's 3 episodes, and I'm currently on 13, and those are the only 3 I've enjoyed.
Well,
it's
there
as
you go.
bad as Fluttershy's decisions.
Oh.
Yep. That's what we've learned.
Yeah, the only episodes I've got like enjoyment out of, I just wonder where I imagine friendship as witchcraft instead of the actual episode, and then I laugh at the.
All right.
scenes.
Before we finish talking about Fluttershy, we have to mention that she doesn't die.
Mhm.
She's actually one of the only survive. Is she the only surviving one that we meet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the mainline.
Yes, she is the only surviving one from.
Oh, you're saying there's other surviving ones you meet?
It depends on what fix you're reading.
Oh,
Because
so he's
some
low-key
people-
saying that Rainbow Dash actually lived, what?
Some people write different people as being alive.
Oh, so they take that Rainbow Dash never had a fate, and
Yeah.
then say, okay, she's alive still, even though it was 2,000 years ago, so unless
200.
she was turned into a
But
tree
yeah.
as well, then she would be dead.
It's almost like
2,000
Kuma's
years ago. I thought it wasn't 2,000.
Yeah,
I thought it was
it's
like
200.
It was
200.
like 200.
Let's say it's 200. You don't know how long horses live.
Yeah, this is the magical
True.
land of Equestria.
Where horses
Longer
live to
than
be...
10 years, that's for sure.
Yes.
A warhorse walked into the bar, and the barman said, "Why the long film?" Oh,
Man,
it's not like you've heard that
Aldous
joke,
is
like,
just... Aldous is dropping more spoilers than we are.
Ardy was alive.
Oh,
in Project
the-
Horizons.
The brightest part of the book, it seems.
Krafty's just gonna go
That's
and
for
fucking
sure.
read Project Horizons right now.
Yeah, go for it. It's just like 2 million something words. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
cheerio, lads. See me in like a week, like a month or so. That, in fact, 2 months. It took me.
Yeah,
months
I
to
was
fucking-
gonna say you're not gonna read that in a week.
I think
Aldous is hitting you with more spoilers, so like, be ready to have the whole book spoiled
she
for
was a
you.
ghoul. I mean, it's kind of, if she was alive, it's kind of, she was obviously a ghoul
Yeah.
if she's been alive for
Nah,
200
quite
years.
Oh,
Man, now the spoilers have
take
leaked
that.
into the podcast.
I'd take that, to be honest. If it's written well, then yeah. Just like Apple Snack was written well as a ghoul and living for 200 years.
It's all spoiled. It's been spoiled. We have to cut down the podcast
I
now.
can spoil it more.
No, please don't. I could as well, but we don't need to. A
No.
lot of the spoilers we don't want to have here.
Yeah, exactly.
You can spoil it, but you can't hear. That's for sure.
No PH.
Hey guys,
spoilers, man.
Fluttershy becomes a tree. Ha ha.
Yeah, so.
Get it? Because she wants to be a
remember,
tree.
remember that?
Remember when she said that she'd like to be a tree?
Oh, season 1 memes. Did Rainbow Dash say 20% cooler at any point?
Of course.
Or did she do
Nah,
something
I
in
don't
10 seconds
remember
flat?
In 10 seconds
The
flat.
war
Ha
starts,
ha.
and then Rainbow Dash is like, "We can beat the zebras in 10 seconds flat." Just like World War One.
Get
It's like, you
shot.
know, this war will be over in like a month, and then like 4 years later, and like 6 million people are dead.
Basically.
What about
Sounds
those
like
really
Rainbow.
old wars that lasted like 40 years?
I mean, that's because it took like 40 years to walk anywhere.
Yeah, it took 40. Half of it was just walking.
Good old wars. But yeah, Fluttershy.
Don't you just love war?
Becomes a tree because of killing joke, which is like poison joke, but it's deadly.
The real question is, why does
Yeah.
Bunny turn to stone?
Cockatrice.
Petrified, yeah.
Turns to stone because of another ELO song.
Yellow song?
ELO, Electronic Light Orchestra.
Oh, I thought you meant like
More
ELO.
ELO
like,
references. Yeah, now I have to send you
Yeah.
2 songs.
fair enough. So they have different fates. One gets petrified, one gets hit by killing joke. Which doesn't actually kill
Or
people.
touched.
Like it doesn't. Who does it kill?
It doesn't kill people, it just fucks
Severely maims
up
them.
yeah.
people.
So Fluttershy
It's
turns
a
into a
joke.
tree.
It didn't
It's
mean
just
to
a-
kill, it just meant to hurt or
Well, I
seriously
mean,
injure.
Zenith was technically losing all blood in body.
Isn't it
It was
supposed to be
would've
like
killed them.
your greatest fear or something like that? With like
Something
killing
like
joke,
that,
like
yeah.
it tries to kill you with like your fears.
Not
Because
really
Leopard
fears,
Zenith
just kind of
or Zenith.
something that would be funny. Ha ha ha.
What's your greatest fear, Spone? Existing?
No. NG singing along with the Equestria.
Well, we can
Greatest
make that.
Alright,
Oh no,
after
is
this
that killing joke
podcast.
about to touch you?
It is just, or like you're deaf, and the only thing you can hear is just me singing "Long Way to Equestria" on repeat in your ears.
Oh god.
That would be horrible. If like the only thing you heard, you're born, and then you'd hear like for 5 seconds is just NG singing "Long Day to Equestria," and that's all you remember for your life.
I want to live. I just want to leave.
You wanna
Just haven't do
leave
it.
existence,
Cease existing.
and that's how it
please.
kills you.
So yeah, killing joke. It made her a tree. Haha. But it didn't kill her because we made her not a tree. Magic.
Woo!
Only the tree thing didn't become a meme. Darn it.
Damn.
Yeah, it didn't age well,
Would
did
have
it?
got a better plot
Nope.
But
So, but
or expanded.
how did
plot.
Fluttershy get to the killing joke and become a tree, NG?
I actually found that memory orb very sad. It was in one of the Candlelight memory orbs. I think it was the gem one.
Yeah.
The rarity one,
so-
because she fucking died.
So Fluttershy's anger, she throws something through the glass, but her building is like fucking alive or something because she lives in a tree or whatever. So the glass is self-repairing. And what was she angry about anyway?
That is her fault.
That it's all her
Yeah.
fault, and she gave the zebras bombs.
Oh, and then Rarity was just like, "Oh, darling, yeah."
You tried to do good, but
Like,
then
if I recall right, the nukes were already going off at this point.
yeah,
Yeah.
So yeah, the Canterlot nuke went off, which is the pink gas shit.
it's like a normal one, but worse.
I think Cloudsdale was blown to smithereens by this point, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was like the first one to
Yes.
go, I think. So
Blown into air.
yeah, because
Bullet on the cloud,
the
yes.
princesses put the shield up because they were getting nuked, and then the one inside went off, and then
And then, haha, it was a trap all along.
yeah, so then the
We
hole's
put
still
a
there.
bomb under your city.
Everyone's still gonna die, and then Rarity just puts her hoof on it. It's just like, no, get away! You were always the best of us, and then can teleport other people because she's a smart horse now.
Plot convenience.
Yeah, plot convenience as well. It does show her like learning teleport. Like she teleports around the place and like
Yeah.
she's smoking and shit.
She's smoking because now that's a thing.
Nothing like smoking with no hands.
Smoking as
horn.
in like on fire.
I keep forgetting that unicorns can use their horns to actually hold things instead
Of
of
course you
hands.
Dumb fucking bird horse.
Fuck you!
Can
If
we
anybody
can we
will
not
steal
have
your
racist
favorite-
comments in this podcast, please? This is
Nah.
Yeah. Bird brain racism.
Bird brain.
Oh, yeah. I mean, my decisions as an OC has really reflected my IQ.
Yes, it's directly correlated. Speaking of Rarity, what else did Rarity do before she fucking got
Died.
yeeted on by the gas?
that was sad when they
Propaganda.
found her skeleton though.
Was
Because
she propaganda? I thought Pinkie Pie was propaganda.
She
Nah,
was
they
the
both
Ministry
were.
of Image, so she was getting rid of all bad things about it.
yeah, she was
You were-
propaganda and censorship.
So she's
Yeah.
going around saying like zebras are bad, and then people are like, but they're not that bad, and then Rarity's like,
Yeah.
get in the pit.
And Pinkie was more internal spying of the nation
Yeah.
rather than
Just-
propaganda.
The Gestapo got you.
Yeah.
Basically, she was basically
Literally.
yeah, nail on the head.
Are
There.
you talking good about zebras? Get in the pit.
So
Looks like we need some movie.
Chip, you told me before that like the Ministry of Image was kind of a front for the other ministries. Like, what did you mean by that? I didn't really.
It's in the background.
It's actually a left.
She makes all of the materials to, like, say one of the other ministries needs to advertise something. They made all of this stuff for that.
Oh, okay.
We need money for funds so that we can make alicorns on it. And then
Yeah.
she creates advertisement.
Creates a
you know
poster.
clickbait ads? That's her.
The free Alicorn magical transformers in your area. Click here to find out how.
Click here, exactly.
That's how Trixie got roped into all of this.
Yep.
She saw the free hot mess in your area ad and got hooked instantly.
Grow your horn like 3 inches, and she's like, "Oh, I'm on it."
Grow horn. Oh, that's amazing. Oh my
The
god.
true benefit of becoming an alicorn.
Horn growth directly correlated to magic power.
Horn growth applied
The longer
directly
the horn,
to
the
forehead.
longer the power. Strength.
Also, Rarity made the statues, right?
Yes.
Yep.
So
yeah,
this
the
is
soul vials.
Chip. I think you would
Soul
have
vials.
a lot to say about this because I think you really liked
Do
that
I?
part of Rarity. So, first of all,
Sure.
how were the statues made, and what do you think that symbolized? What like came of it, and just what are your thoughts and opinions on it?
Literally
I think
stole
they
her friend's
symbolise
souls.
the bobbleheads from Wait, no.
They're a reference.
Never a reference again.
Also, she stole her friend's souls.
No, she didn't. They were all her souls. It was 42 pieces of her soul.
She stole her own soul because she figured out how to split it with like the black book or something dumb
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
like
Yeah.
Horcruxes.
She got snails and slips. What?
Oh,
Snails
snails and slips.
Snips. Whatever their fucking names are.
Splips is
Got
my
him to
favourite
do it.
character.
Best character of the show.
Snips and snails.
Those
There you go.
wacky season 1 names.
And they cut her soul.
Yeah.
Cut my life into pieces.
Well, no,
This is
he. I
my
think it was
soul.
just Snips himself.
Yeah, fuck knows.
Literally snipping away at her soul.
Pretty fucked up talent. I mean, if you think about it.
He's good at cutting things, and then apparently
I
he's good
really
at
like
cutting their
that part
souls.
of Rarity as well, actually, I'd have to say. It's probably my favourite part about her.
Yeah.
She
It's
cared.
'cause she's the element of sacrifice.
She's probably the
element
one
of sacrifice.
that cared about her friends the most out of all of them. Like all of them were just like, "Oh, we're gonna win this war. We're gonna win
Yeah.
this war," and then Rarity's just like, "But what about our friendship?"
But what about all of us?
It's
What
like the
about the
real.
friends we make about killing people?
It's like the real life equivalent version of you looking back at what your primary school friends now, and you're like looking into a picture like, oh,
Wow,
back
they
in
were all
those
losers.
days when I had friends.
When I had friends, sad times.
Sad boys.
She, Rarity for Princess of Friendship.
Yeah.
Rarity
Would do a
for
better
being
job than
written out of
Twilight.
the show very soon.
No.
Lyra for being turned into a human. Super
No,
soon.
Already, like, Equestria girls is a thing, Krafty.
Shit! Fucking my IQ shines again.
Yeah, it's alright. Don't worry. We expect this.
I'm doing really bad this podcast.
Just because
So-
you do bad every podcast, it's fine.
Basically, Rarity, she was propaganda, and also she divided her soul and put them into little things so that we could have a Fallout reference with bobbleheads.
Yes, but it
Yeah,
was also
basically.
the symbolism behind it as well. Like it had a lot more symbolism than the Fallout bobbleheads. Like she did it to try and keep her
How do
friends
you know?
together.
Fallout bobbleheads were made the same way, didn't you know? Somebody took their soul and fucking put it into all these bobbleheads.
With the black book, yeah.
I like how if you had like all of them, you'd like collectively get all of the souls of the main 6 into you, kind of.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that. Like
That's
the main 6
way.
guided
I feel like it's a fetish.
Little Pip. No, stop. I liked
All bronies.
when, like, didn't Little Pip have like dreams of the main 6, like guiding her
Yeah.
through things as well?
I think, yeah.
That was nice.
Because souls are a thing, and it's like, look, you need to do this, and the stars are looking down on them. It's like, you can do it.
But the stars we remember.
Yeah.
Was the black book a reference to anything? Or was that a
Not that I know of.
Fallout question thing? Because that
I think it was there for like the plot to actually make sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
convenience-wise.
magic.
They had to have some like pretend it's like a key for like something. It's like a key.
Yeah.
Imagine it
The
being
zebras had to have something that's worth, like, not just fucking dirt.
the
basically.
zebras have dirt we needed.
I mean, didn't the zebras literally have dirt? They traded coal, and that was like the reason for the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
coal's not dirt. Coal isn't dirt, NG.
It's basically
It's
dirt.
black dirt.
It's not. It's not even close.
It's basically dirt.
It's
We don't use dirt as a fuel source,
Carbonized.
NG.
carbonized
It's
diamonds.
dirt that you can
It's
set
not
on fire.
carbonized diamonds. It doesn't even make sense.
Duh.
Uncarbonized diamonds.
They're both
doesn't
carbon.
make
They just
sense.
got
They're
different
both
crystal
carbon.
structures.
Whatever, diamondized. I don't know the
Crystallized.
process.
Uncrystallized,
Diamondized.
really.
It's not oxidized either, Krafty.
Didn't say
It's
that. That was a trip.
compressed.
They're
Compressed.
Both just have
crystallized.
different crystal structures. Yeah, come on. I've done materials
Yeah.
engineering. I can go into this, but I won't.
So have I, and I failed it. So I definitely know what I'm about.
Well, you know what's the crystal pattern type? What's the crystal pattern of diamond?
Fuck knows.
NG, you're trying to say you're smart, but you also said that like we burn dirt for fuel. So
He got you good there.
It's just
I'm not really
it's
sure.
it's burnable dirt. It's fine. You find it in the
Alright.
ground.
You know what? You know what else we found in the ground? A black book.
Fucking black book.
And
Very good.
speaking of black book, imagine it's a key, and they need it.
I don't get what you mean by
Seamless.
this.
Basically, I'm saying it's needed for like the plot to advance. Like, imagine that like the plot has a locked door, and you need the key to progress
It's
with
a
the
thing to
plot.
push it along rather than just.
It is
it's
a
a
thing to
thing.
push the story forward and like for it to make sense and have reason.
Oh.
Because like without the black book, why the fuck would they have left? It would have just been like, oh, we need to make male like alicorns, and they would have been like, well, you're shit out of luck, and just walked off.
Don't forget the black carapace armor as well. That was really cool.
What about the
Very
carapace
made.
armor?
The
Yeah, the
Oh
carapace.
yeah,
one.
she made the Enclave armor. Yeah,
yeah, she designed it. Rainbow Dash was the test subject again.
they had little scorpion tails, right?
Yes, I
Yeah.
didn't really get the point of those, other than just aesthetics.
Stabby.
I guess.
They stab.
Stabbing.
Style points.
Yeah, if it's Rarity designing it, it probably is in there for style points, isn't it?
Yeah.
Also, it's a weapon, so
Also, yeah, it does do a stabby.
yeah, exactly.
Which
It's useful.
did they even ever?
It is
did,
very
like
useful.
anyone ever stab someone with that scorpion tail in the entire book? Any of the
Yeah.
Enclave at any
Yes.
point? Did they?
Calamity stabbed someone.
Oh,
Yes.
well, that just went right over my
Also,
head.
someone had one of the Enclave soldiers had a stab at Little Pip, but she dodged.
She dodged because her dodge stat is fucking out of this world.
Yeah,
She had to dodge for the plot, basically.
Has the highest dodge stat I've ever seen.
it's like in
Luck
D&D,
10.
like when you're a DPS character, like a ranger or something, your armor class isn't your armor class. It's like basically your dodge.
It's your dodge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Little Pip has really high
Hey.
rogue armor class.
So Rarity sucks and split her soul, so she's obviously communing with the devil.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Pinkie Pie because like they're the most similar.
Pinkie Pie's story was sad.
Pinkie Pie's story
The
was sad.
Okay,
Also,
now
what
on
the
to,
what the fuck did she even do?
As in like when she wasn't dead.
Yeah, she was the secret police, right?
Yeah, so she helped. She was basically the Gestapo, so she like uncovered ploys and things. Like I think the Four Stars Railway Company. I think did she find that out? But she didn't get to it in time before they like detonate the nuke.
Yeah.
And she didn't find it
So
in
she was on
time
the way in it.
because she stopped
But why
taking
didn't-
the drugs, isn't it, to enhance her pinky sense?
Yep.
So Manhattan
Stop
literally,
taking drugs.
Manhattan literally
So
got
that's the message, kids.
blown.
Take all the drugs.
So basically,
Valuable lesson.
Twilight killed everyone in Manhattan, is what we can take
Yeah,
away from
basically.
this.
Performance enhancing drugs are good, is what we've learned.
Yes,
Especially during wartime. If it kills your body, don't care. Do it.
if it saves other people. Exactly.
Ruin
Yeah,
yourself to
that's
save
good.
others.
Ruin yourself to save others. See, maybe
It was
The element of
element
sacrifice,
of
obviously.
sacrifice. Easy days. Everyone should.
Pinkie
was
Pie
really
is the
sad
element of
though
sacrifice.
how she was hooked on that for life.
Yeah. Why did she get addicted, guys? What happened there?
I don't remember the story about why she got addicted. Actually,
I think it's because it's a direct reference to mentats and you'd get addicted from them in game.
no, but why did she take them
Yes.
to begin with?
And
Because she
help her
invented them. Right?
And,
Oh,
yeah.
her ministry did.
Oh,
They make people better.
so she's the Ministry of Drugs.
Ministry of Drugs as well, yes.
I mean, it'd give her pinky vision as well.
Speaking of all the drugs, like, just real fast, like, which ones were pre-war that were made and which ones were made after? Like, Hydra and shit like that are also in the, like, fic, right?
Like, I think only Dash was made after that is used.
That's the inhalant one, right? It makes you
But-
fast. The
Like
inhalant
Stampede was
fucking.
made by fucking Angel Bunny.
Oh yeah, Stampede was made. Yeah.
Wait, was it actually? I thought that was a joke.
No, they're
No, it was real.
Angel Bunny actually just made fucking drugs.
Yeah.
one of
Secretly
them.
evil.
Okay, that's fine.
They made references to a lot of the drugs actually. Now that I think about it,
Yep.
Yeah, they
because
did.
there was Hydra, which is obviously like they didn't even have to rename that one. I don't think.
Dash is Jet.
Fucking yeah, Dash is a reference to Jet. Fucking Stampede is like a reference to whatever that one is. I forget what that
Buff
one's
Out, I
called.
think, the one that makes you strong.
Yeah, it's the one that makes you angry.
Anger. So, yeah,
And
just
then
some more
Pinkie Pie did
references in there.
Mentats because, you know, why not Mentats? Although I don't get it. Like, I guess it's charisma, right? Isn't that what
Yeah.
Mentats do?
Yeah, charisma and
Charisma and
intelligence. 3 of each.
So, there you go. Happiness is just charisma and intelligence.
And she also had loads of like morale boosting parties and shit, didn't she?
You are going to be happy.
Where everyone just got fucking like blasted off drugs and
Pinkie is watching you forever.
Pinkie's watching you. Make sure to be happy,
yes.
or else.
Is it literally come on everybody, smile, smile, smile?
Yeah.
Yes.
Come on, everybody,
So,
smile, 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 or we throw you into the pit.
Pinkie predicted people who were trying to sabotage
Yes.
because of drugs.
And it's kind of like, I know it's written to be like that, but it is sad that like everything died because she stopped taking the drugs, and then how she
It's a
died
little
as well
sad.
with like holding the Twilight thing. It's like, I'm gonna go get clean. I'm gonna go to the doctors. Boom, everything's incinerated. She dies.
I'm gonna get clean. I'm sorry that I did all the fucking dead.
Yeah.
LMAO.
Just like dies
actually
hugging her
fucking
fucking Twilight statue.
Yeah, and then
Guys,
Little Pip finds it
being
in her
useless.
ribcage.
Just don't be useless next time. Although, doesn't she also talk to like breaking the fourth wall, talking to like Little Pip?
Yes.
Yes.
Because bullshit.
It's Pinkie Pie. Just roll it.
It's Pinkie Pie just rolling with it.
I did enjoy it because you get like the whole drug addiction and her dying, all that shit story really early on, and it's like, well, that was a disappointment. And then later on,
You're like, man, that's really sad.
you get the whole fourth wall things, and she like helps Little
Yeah.
Pip a lot, doesn't she? And she tells Rainbow Dash
Yep.
to put the memory orbs into the Cancelot like archives thing.
Put these here because someone's gonna see them in the future.
Yeah. And then Rainbow Dash is just like, yeah, sure, yeah, fine, that's fine.
Yeah, sure. You can see 200 years into the future. It's like she should have seen this coming.
No, it's Rainbow Dash.
You know that.
Like, that's why she
No, I
asked
was
Rainbow
saying
Dash to do it. She doesn't even question it. Just like, hey, can you put these into the Cancelot archives for me? Someone's going to see them in 200 years. Sure.
Well, I was saying that Pinkie should have known that there was going to be a nuclear apocalypse if she knew to leave these things there.
I think she
Yeah,
did
it's
know,
fine.
didn't she? But
I think so.
she didn't
She
want to,
may
like,
have,
change
but she didn't do a
time.
very good job at stopping that.
But I didn't think she wanted to stop it because that would, like...
I don't want to stop. I want it to happen. Hey, Rarity.
I think my favorite one of those orbs is one where she's just talking to herself and it's just like, nah, I can't talk about that. Spoilers.
I
Can't
can't
spoil
talk
it.
about that. Spoilers.
I
yeah.
think Rainbow Dash specifically says, I hope this is another one of your pranks, Pinkie, before night leaving the orbs.
Oh, right, yeah. I know that one.
So I think she trusted Pinkie, like, because they're like prank buddies and all that.
All I'm saying is that Pinkie Pie knew Rarity was gonna die.
Did
and she let that happen.
How did she know?
Well, if she knew everyone was gonna end, she knows the future, obviously.
Yeah, I think she didn't, like, properly know the future. Like Little Pip tried to tell her, and like Chip said, and then she was like, nah, I don't want to know.
Imagine being Pinkie Pie, just like sitting there knowing all your friends are gonna fucking die. It's just like, oh, this is fun.
This is fine.
Don't you love it when that happens?
Pinkie Pie had it the most fucked. Just sitting there like, I know how all my friends are going to die.
And that's why
Except
she
for
got
Fluttershy,
ass
she'll
blasted off
become a
drugs.
Exactly.
Easy. See, the whole story comes together. It's really well written.
Everyone be happy because you're gonna die really soon.
That's why she held all the parties and things. It's a sweet storyline.
What a good character.
What a solid character. That being said, I did enjoy Pinkie Pie in the story. I
Yeah, no,
think
she's
she was
fine.
well
I like her.
represented from the show Pinkie Pie.
So now that we've talked about almost all the main 6, NG, I want you to talk about the next one.
We got 2 left in it. Oh, we fucked the order now. I don't even know what to do next.
Haven't we done all of them?
No, there's 2 left.
We still got
We
Twilight
got
and
4.
Rainbow Dash. Got Blue Fast.
Let's go with Rainbow Dash because I want to get the worst
I
one
thought
out
we
of the
did
way.
Ministry of Awesome.
No, not
Everything
really.
is awesome.
I think we talked about them a little bit, but we didn't really talk about Rainbow Dash. So Rainbow Dash, Ministry Mayor of the Ministry of Awesome, they created the single Pegasus project, and like no one knows what else. Does
Because
anyone
they
know what
actually
else?
didn't do anything else.
Yeah.
Literally didn't do anything else. That was like the whole thing.
They-
It's like, I want the Ministry of Awesome. It's like, what's that going to be? And she's like, I don't fucking know.
And then
It just sounds
They
they
awesome.
literally just like repurposed some buildings, like the Cancel Hub. They just repurposed into a warehouse because it was
Yeah.
fucking useless, wasn't it? They just used it as a warehouse to dump the other shit in.
So yeah, Ministry of Awesome was dumb. But they made the single Pegasus project with also fucked over more things.
What was
Yeah.
that supposed to be for? Like, why did they
Mass
The
create
weather
that?
control.
protection,
Yeah, which is-
protection of the Pegasi race, basically.
But she wouldn't be that selfish to the Pegasi.
You're
No,
correct.
it was. This isn't a thing that I specifically read up, or quote unquote read earlier. It was because the Zephyrs had got dragons in, so they needed more flyers, and all the flyers were busy tending the weather. So she was just like, better
We need
automate
something-
that.
We need something to control weather because all of the Pegasi are fighting.
Oh, okay.
But then
so-
Rainbow Dash also got angry later when it's like, we're going to close it off and fuck everyone. And Rainbow Dash is like, no, you can't do that. And then it's like,
No, I was
we're,
using
do-
you as fodder.
we're doing it anyways. And Rainbow Dash is no, and then gets angry and flies away or something. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, because she's loyalty.
Exactly. Loyal.
Loyal. So when 2 friends have a disagreement and you're the loyal one, what the fuck do you do?
Be a douchebag.
Yeah.
Just agree to their opinion.
Agree to both of their opinions
Yeah.
and cause the problem to become even worse.
You're both right.
You're both right. And it's like, oh, well, you can't pick sides, can you? It's like, no.
She's too blue fast to pick sides.
She's too blue fast.
Uh,
So yeah, Rainbow Dash, she left the Enclave because they were like, fuck all the other horses. And she's like, no, don't do that.
She was loyal and she wanted to go find her friends.
and then they tried to kill her, but no, it's
She
up in the
leaves.
air whether
She's
they
too
did or
blue
not.
fast.
Yeah, she's too blue fast. It's ambiguous. There really isn't much in the story about Rainbow Dash, is there?
Yeah, there's not. Probably because like the writer was like, hey, you know who's a bad character? Let's not write much about them.
See, Kakat was having the 200 IQ plays now.
200 IQ. Realized that like 7 years in the future, people would be like, man, Rainbow Dash is bad.
Yes. I mean, even then, they were
Oh,
like
this
Rainbow Dash is bad.
hurts.
Okay, in the fic though, Rainbow Dash is pretty bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like-
she's not bad. She's
She doesn't do much.
underrepresented.
Irrelevant is like a good term.
Yeah,
that I would use.
irrelevant.
Yeah.
Um,
I think if they were to give her more, she would have to have been part of the Enclave as one of the high-ranking officers to actually be in the story as much as she is. Like,
Just go
as
read
much as the
Project
others.
Horizons, Krafty.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she's all in Project Horizons.
Just go read Project. That was Project Horizons is laughed upon for being like worse, but also it has Rainbow Dash in it. So I mean, is there a correlation? I'm thinking so.
savage. Well, it's not savage if it's true, is it?
It's a joke.
I think it's
mostly.
now time for a weekly podcast shit on Maud second.
Oh yeah, sorry, we have to shit on Mod. Mod's a bad character.
And Signs OC
Alright.
is trash.
Yeah, Mod wasn't even
Yeah.
in this fic, which is pretty bad if you ask
I mean,
me.
she didn't exist yet, did she?
Yeah, exactly. Mod was fucking completely irrelevant, which is the best part
Pinkie
about
didn't
this
even
fic.
have a family at this point.
Pinkie didn't have.
She did have it. She was still. They still had the whole Sonic Boom episode where she held the party for them, isn't it?
That wasn't season 1, wasn't it?
That was season 1. Season 1,
Okay,
episode
no, give me that.
25?
And it's
No, that's part of
yeah,
1.
it's-
23, I think.
it's just one of the reasons that like all Rainbow Dash fanboys like gloat over everyone. It's like, look, she gave everyone her cutie marks, and it's like, well, technically, she didn't give them her cutie marks. It's just that they, her doing that influenced people,
What
but
kind
you
of
didn't give
fucking
them.
excuse is that? Fucking, oh, I'm a Rainbow Dash fan, so they gave everyone their cutie marks.
Yeah, that's a reason why people like
That's
Rainbow Dash.
so. I'd see. Look, I'd consider myself one of the better fans that just appreciate her style and looks.
Her style
Rather
is
than
always messing
Superior
up.
fan.
Fucking backstory that doesn't even exist.
All right, I want to talk about Twilight now.
Yeah, that's the rainbow set. That's the Rainbow Dash section done.
I want to cleanse myself with a better character.
I'm not in this story.
Yeah, I guess not in this story either. 'Cause Twilight's
Twilight was
also
okay
shit.
in this story. I enjoyed her.
Her solution was create Alicorn, but she kind of fucked that one.
She was basically a bitch,
I don't
like
think-
to all her friends.
She wanted to create Alicorn because they were talking about the stages and they wanted to get everyone to the stage Little Pip was at, where they were basically superhuman but not like fucked.
No,
yeah,
they wanted alicorns.
yeah, they
just
want to make Alicorns. Just
That.
Oh, so when did
Not
they start
mind-controlled
wanting to
ones.
do the super soldier things like Little Pip?
It's always
Okay.
been alicorns. They wanted
been
alicorns
alicorns
to
the whole time.
overpower the zebras and win.
Oh,
You're thinking of the super mutants.
yeah. So
Edgy's just like wanting to die now. His entire fan theory is gone.
nah, it's not a fan theory. I just thought it was. I
You
thought I read
know-
it somewhere like when they were in the Ministry of Image or something, looking through the files of the like two brothers and things. But maybe it was just like a test log, just like oh, there is stages.
Maybe it was a test to be like, oh, we can do it.
Yeah, and then nothing else was said in it, and then I was just like, oh, and then yeah, I'm a
Hey
retard.
guys, you want to know what's really good? Is that this fic managed to somehow predict that Twilight being a bitch and ignoring her friends and trying to solve a problem by herself was predicted for the movie.
Damn, savage.
So,
Real call out hours.
Really got her character like marked down really well in this fic.
I like how they predicted Twilight like 2 years before it happened.
Yeah, predicted Twilight and predicted Twilight just trying to solve things on her own and not listening to her friends and spending time with them.
Yeah, and the amount
Remember
of
the whole,
alicorns,
like-
just like
Equestria song and dance thing, Twilight wasn't there.
I know.
Good job, Twilight.
Made it better though.
Going off, fucking things up. You're better than this.
Is she?
I mean, I expect it from Rainbow Dash. When Twilight does it, it's always a little sad.
And Rainbow Dash just wanted
Oof.
one tool thing? No, I forgot what Rainbow Dash wanted in that song.
Nothing.
It's fine.
She wanted to go
Um,
fast.
Twilight, what does she do again?
She is
magic.
The Ministry of Arcane Sciences. I called it the Ministry of Magic for like 2 hours, and then I realized that's Harry Potter. So it's the Ministry of Arcane
I-
Sciences.
I would still call it the Ministry of Magic because, like, she does
It's
magic.
the Ministry of
obviously.
Arcane Sciences. Right?
Arcane Sciences is just dumb.
It's the Ministry
This
of
isn't like
Arcane
fucking-
Great
Sciences.
powerful magic.
This isn't witch and wizard stuff. This is magic.
Which the Ministry of Witch and Wizards.
So really, Harry Potter should have been called Ministry of Arcane Sciences, and Fallout Equestria should have been called Ministry of Magic.
Oh man, I really
Yeah.
found it funny now that I'm reading through the notes. Like, they called it Taint.
Well-
Every time I read Taint in the fic, I just laughed.
Why is it funny?
Because Taint is like the area between, like, your asshole and balls. Taint. It's the taint.
Is that what it's called? I have
Yeah,
never
yeah,
heard that
it-
term before in my
It's
life.
because it taint
I've
quite your
heard it.
ass and it taint quite your balls. It's the taint.
The little Pip was teabagged literally by the taint.
There you go. So yeah, every time I read the taint, I just laughed a little because I'm like, he said taint.
Well, Till,
That's so immature.
So now that I've ruined that for you, there you go.
thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I was gonna go through a reread, but nah, fuck that. Who needs it?
You're
Now
gonna see
Project
Taint
Horizon is
everywhere.
going to be twice as dark now.
It's twice as dark.
So
It's been
now that
tainted.
Spones are in that, the Arcane Sciences was basically
Tainted.
wartime technology,
Tainted.
but like different. They did the Alicorn transformation thing. They created the Gardens of Equestria. Might have created the Ice Forward Sparkle. No one really knows. And they also created.
Taint.
They also helped like refine the Mega Spells. Like they had the Twilight Society and the Ten Pony Tower that had the like Archimedes Mark II reference Mega Spell in it.
Yes. Giant sun laser.
Giant sun laser.
Literally.
That gets destroyed by a cloudy day.
Yes.
Rip.
But that's what
It
the
needs
sonic
sun
boom
to
was
work.
for. I think.
The
Sonic
Sonic
Rad
Rad
Boom.
Boom.
Sonic Rad Boom, sorry, yeah.
Much better than this, rain boom.
And then like Lionheart and Derpy get shipped and all of that.
I'm going
weird
to
shit.
drop you into taint in a minute, Spoon.
Stop, please. You can't keep saying taint and expecting everyone to laugh, Krafty.
But he can try.
Nah.
He can try.
Yeah, I can try.
So, Twilight
But she
made...
did make taint though,
She
as a
made...
byproduct of stuff.
Stop saying taint, please.
No, she did. She put it all in barrels and stored it under Married Pony.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like radiation. Like, that's the whole point.
So she basically turned the
Toxic waste. That's what it is.
whatever they're called, the dogs, diamond dogs, into whatever they are now.
Oh yeah, she created the
Demon
Hellhounds,
dogs.
didn't she? But like
Into Death
Yeah.
Claws.
inadvertently.
Deathclaws, yeah. Made Deathclaws.
She made Deathclaws. What an idiot. Well, Deathclaws made from
What a
the
fucking
FEV
idiot.
in.
Yeah. No, but they are for you all.
They're made from radiation stuff with like lizard or so. I don't know what the fuck they combined
know.
with. Some sort of lizard.
Wait, so Deathclaws were man-made in Fallout Equestria?
Yeah.
They don't.
Wait.
No, in Fallout Equestria, they're just mutated Hellhounds.
No, I mean Fallout, normal
in
Fallout.
Fallout.
Sorry. I'm an idiot.
Oh yeah, they are. They're man-made.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Hell.
I'm pretty
Deathclaws
sure- I
aren't
thought they-
actually animals?
I thought they were man-made on accident though.
Yeah, I think they were, but they were still used by military for something.
They just dropped them in China and just, have fun, guys.
Have fun, fuckers.
They're your problem.
We can't fucking kill them. Have fun.
First America dropped 2 bombs on Japan, now they dropped Deathclaw.
On China,
Anime
yeah.
Mark II.
Not Japan, China, but yes.
Poor China.
There's a difference, Krafty.
I mean, poor zebras.
Yeah, I know. I was just making the joke.
You can't make that joke. It's too soon.
I know.
One thing they never do is, like in Fallout, they've never really gone to China to see what happened
Of
to
course.
them. And in Equestria, they never went to
Well,
like
we go-
Zebralands, did they?
If you read Project Horizons,
Everything's just in
Oh,
Project
okay.
Horizons, isn't it?
anything that is missing from the original Fallout, read Project Horizons.
You want it to be darker, Project
90%.
Horizons. You want zebras, you want Project Horizons.
You want all the
Rainbow
things
Dash?
that wasn't in the original. Read Project
More Rainbow
Horizons.
Dash? Project Horizons.
Right, what was one thing that wasn't in
90%
Project
of-
Horizons?
I don't know, but 90% of fucking Project Horizons just seems like a
main-
dick measuring contest.
Yeah, what wasn't in Project Horizons? A well thought out storyline.
Fair enough.
A main character that was actually good.
Hey, Blackjack's alright.
She fucked.
Not as cute as Little Pip though.
She fuck. That's all you need to know. Blackjack, she fuck.
In both ways.
In both ways. She fuck. And
I'm
that's
pretty
it.
sure we said this last podcast.
I know,
in
but
the
that's,
exact
that's,
same
that's
way.
why we're doing the joke.
No one's watched that one though, so
Yeah, because it hasn't gone up yet. Everyone looking at it.
Well, nobody's gonna
I know,
listen
it's
to
all
this
right.
one.
until
Oh,
they
real
see
calling
it.
out hours here. Real calling out hours.
Hey, you can always redeem yourself by getting it up.
Nah, that's sounds hard. But no, I
mean,
I,
you
I,
guys
I will be
can
getting
Puns
up
are out of
either
control.
today or tomorrow maybe.
Look.
Um,
The puns are out of control. Twilight,
Have
what
you
else did you do?
considered putting it on the website?
she merged with Trixie to become a goddess, and one bit that I actually did like was when she fucking nuked the place and she kind of like released the souls or something. I don't really know what happened, but
Yes.
Twilight managed to embed herself into like an alicorn for a few moments.
I thought it was like Silverbell or someone,
And what do you mean, Silverbell?
like some random child.
No, I think it was Twilight that got like put into the.
Yeah, no,
Into a
like,
random.
it was Twilight, but I thought you embedded into like a child or something.
Oh no, she got embedded into an alicorn because the alicorn like flew over Maripony and like rescued a little bit
Yeah.
and flew her out.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yep.
I like that. I thought that was a nice sort of. It was kind of a. You've reached peace, sort of. You're at peace. Good job. Have fun.
Yeah.
And then she like
Have fun.
faded away and.
Also, you have cancer.
Have fun in the afterlife.
I mean, it's preferable to being merged with Trixie for 200 years.
To be fair, yeah, if anybody had to spend that much time with Trixie, I'm fucking sorry for them. Anybody watch that one episode with Trixie and Glim Glam? There you go.
Yeah. Well, I think I've seen it.
spending,
Must
just
have
a couple
been-
days too much.
Must have been very cramped in that vat.
Who's even
Very cramped.
looking at Trixie and Starlight in that episode? Let's be fair.
fucking Hoofa.
Oh no, you're not putting a fucking Hoofar fucking advertisement in here.
No, he's gonna put his fucking Hoofar avatar on the fucking podcast.
That's a fantastic idea, Spone. Thank you.
I already expected you to do it, so.
I'll use the GIF one as well,
Oh.
since I use
Oh.
Sony Vegas. Just the GIF going on loop for the entire podcast.
Good.
In
The
the
only
for
person
next
allowed
week
to make
is
it
literally a podcast on Hoofar.
There wouldn't be much to say, just like a quick 10-minute podcast. Hey guys, Hoofar is great. Do you like how he sells
I
the
like how
van?
he drank tea.
Yeah, that was a nice tea sipping GIF.
Yeah, that was quite a snazzy zip.
He's
from a
also very
British
good.
person.
He's very good at sitting.
He is amazing at sitting.
He sat.
What a good sitter. He also flicks his hair
He
really
sit.
well.
He flick. He sit.
And
and most
everyone
importantly,
He sip.
best
he
singing
sit.
voice of the show. My offer to trade caravan still stands. That's best
Oh my
line.
god, you sound like him. That's horrible.
He's obsessed.
He is. He's literally taken his voice now.
Yeah, I just practice it
Hey
for like
guys,
3 hours a day.
remember this is the Fallout Equestria podcast.
Nah, it isn't.
No.
It isn't.
Yeah.
Not
No
anymore.
more
No,
Hoofar,
no,
sorry.
podcast.
No, no.
There's a quick
No.
Hoofar intermission.
Okay, Twilight.
We talked about Twilight, yeah.
Does anyone want to say any words on her mum? I put that in there,
His mom.
but
Did we talk about that last one though?
which last one?
Last podcast.
Twilight's mum?
Twilight's mom.
I don't
Yeah.
think we did really.
In Canterlot.
Yeah,
I-
she's
I
a ghoul or
remember
whatever.
bringing it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we,
Maybe.
All right.
Who remembers
GG's
that
easy
far
days.
back?
I mean, there's not much to say on her anyway.
All right. So I think that's everything with the
she's
main
a
six,
character.
right? Then.
Yes.
So before we go into the other characters, I just want to ask everyone, who is your favorite main six from the story? Starting with Chip.
Probably Rarity again.
Rarity again.
Not biased at all.
Any
Not biased at
reasons why?
I really like
Biased.
the statuette plotline.
Statuette plotline is very lovely, and is actually the same reason why Rarity is my favorite. Rarity is my favorite, and that's exactly the reason why. She just cares about her friends. She wants everything to be happy and good. She has good intentions. What about you, Krafty?
I'd have to say the Rarity plotline as well, with Applejack coming a close second though.
That's understandable, and it's kind of surprising that Applejack goes from 0 to 6th to 2nd. I'm proud of you for not saying Rainbow Dash though. Well done, Krafty. You're making steps
Well, I mean,
forward.
did Rainbow Dash really have a storyline?
I know, but I thought you would
Exactly.
say her anyway.
If this
He's
was a
learning.
Project Horizons podcast, I'd say it.
He's learning slowly.
Spone, what about you?
Pinkie Pie.
Why does
Ooh,
Rarity
that's a-
come?
Deviation.
Where is Rarity? Like down like 1 or 2 below that.
Good enough.
Who's your second? then?
Why'd you like Pinkie Pie?
Probably Rarity. Rarity or Applejack would be my like one below that. Why do I like Pinkie Pie? Because it's sad. Pinkie Pie's is like the one that was actually like sad because it's like wow. She got fucked.
Addicted.
She got fucked hard because she's like doing all this good shit and ruining herself, and it's like you can't do that. And it's like I know, but also I want to save people. And it's like
I think it's sad because of one, losing her friendship with Twilight over
Yeah.
it, and two, because you can imagine it's like a really easily imaginable position for people in real life.
You can empathise
She's
with her.
just
Also, she
trying.
probably knew it wasn't actually going to save anyone, despite everything she gave up.
she was trying, and it was good. It's like she's addicted to this shit, but she's trying, and it was sad.
So, can we like
Rarity dying
uniformly?
was whatever. Rarity dying was like I found that more frustrating than sad.
Why'd you find it frustrating?
'Cause
Yeah.
it was like hole in window. Oh, don't worry. And then plug hole in window.
This is a
Like-
discussion I know we had last week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it is.
it's just such a sad. It's like Pinkie's is sad because it's like she's addicted and everything, and she's saying she's like, I'm gonna get clean and then dead.
Yeah, Pinkie's is probably my favorite death.
I mean,
if we're
Just
talking
like
Rarity's
10
isn't
of our
sad
bits.
because of the death. It's sad because she wanted her friends to be together and whole again, like they were in season 1. But like that just.
I
not
bet
gonna
you
happen.
Pinkie Pie wanted that as well. except for Pinkie, was about to turn around and be like, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna, reform and not take drugs," and then just
I think
yeet.
the saddest part about that is that she sent a message to Twilight, but because the bomb went off, she never got a reply, and so she thought she never would have made friends with Twilight again.
I'll do is stop dropping spoilers.
Is that
But
why?
yeah, Pinkie's is sad.
Is that why Twilight didn't reply?
Yeah, she didn't get the message.
Because
Yeah, the bomb exploded in Maripony or Manhattan.
Oh, that
or
happened.
wherever
Like,
she
she was already dead. She was already dead when she tried to send the message.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
I didn't get that part on the timeline. Oh boy,
But
that
yeah,
is sad,
Pinkie
isn't it?
dying is sad.
was that ever resolved? Like, I think Twilight
No,
just
they
flies away
died.
after Little Pip tells her. No, I mean when Little Pip tells the essence in the alicorn. I don't know if anything came from that.
I don't think so. Because that's just like, okay, I'm going now.
Oh yeah, because
Okay,
Little
it's
Pip,
too late.
Little Pip does talk to Twilight, isn't it? Just like, by the way, like Pinkie Pie or.
Well, no, it's not exactly her. It's just her essence, or a little bit of her.
Yeah, but like Little Pip does say something to her, doesn't she? I
Oh
forgot
yeah,
what.
she basically thinks it's Twilight tells her the whole thing about Pinkie, saying that she got clean and all that.
Well, good Little Pip. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. That was
Good job.
That was, yeah.
Making sure dead people are happy.
So, can we all uniformly agree that the top three in any order are Rarity, Pinkie, and Applejack?
Yes.
Yes.
That's fine.
Oh, excuse that.
Really, Krafty.
God,
What the
God
fuck?
damn it.
What a great time. All right, let's talk about the CMC while Krafty's not here.
Whilst he gets the big call.
Exactly.
Apologies.
It-
That just came out of nowhere.
It's fine. If you have to
Unacceptable.
answer it,
You're
it's fine. You can do it.
No, I didn't answer it. It's fine. It's all good.
No,
They'll call
well,
back.
No, I will dispose of it before it rings again.
he just fucking throws
They
it
just
in the
call
toilet.
back.
Yeah.
Out the window, just gone.
That's true podcast dedication. If any of you aren't willing to throw your phone out the window once it starts ringing, just disconnect from the call right now. Except don't, because that'd be really annoying.
Cutie Mark Crusaders, let's go.
Okay,
This is the part that NG actually forgot until I reminded him.
I forgot about it.
Cutie
Yeah,
Mark Crusaders.
but I
Wow,
like it a
alright.
lot. I do like it a lot. Who does
Yeah.
anyone have particularly strong feelings on this that you want to lead with, or should I just try and say something?
They made stables.
They did make
They
stables.
Literally
aren't as
Vault
fucked
Tech.
up as Vault Tech.
They are not as fucked up as Vault-Tech.
I
The
think
fact that they tried their best, but sadly came up well too
And
short.
They tried their best.
have I forgotten
No
what
more
song that was?
singing.
Like I can remember the lyrics of that song, but oh, it's like a Coldplay song, isn't it? Yeah, Fix You. That's it. That's it.
Just stop.
No. He says right as he stops. So I actually liked the Cutie Crusaders. I thought they were the most pure of the characters.
Mm.
They're just trying to save people. It's like, you know what? We're gonna make safety just in case.
Yeah.
They're actually trying to save people rather than killing zebras.
And they did a good job of it. Like they saved a lot of
Yeah.
people in stables.
They kept people alive.
They tried to. None of their experiments were like LeMayo get fucked.
Incredibly.
Deadly.
Yes, like I
None of them
remember,
are intentionally meant to kill off half the population.
like the one vault I remember from Fallout. Well, I remember a couple of them. Like one of the darkest ones I remember is just they had like a bunch of addicts, like druggies and alcoholics in a vault, and they tried to
Yeah.
get them off the like they tried to
They
get them
actually
not
succeeded
addicted.
in getting them
Yeah,
all off
so
of
they
them.
succeeded in getting them
Is this Fallout
all
4?
not addicted.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they pop open a door secretly
and they-
with loads of drugs.
Yeah, and then like they're clean for like a week or something like that, and then they introduce drugs back, and people just go fucking ape shit.
Yeah, and they literally just all kill each other to try and get their hands on the drugs and things.
Pretty much.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
It's not as bad as the fucking.
It's quite fun
Plant
going
one
through that
thing.
vault.
So there's some fucked up things. Like some of the vaults aren't even supposed to be fucked up, and then they do get fucked up, and it's like, okay, that's not fair.
Do you know, I think the mainframe one wasn't actually supposed to get fucked up. It's just that the water talisman broke and then it
None of
fucked
them
up.
are in
yeah, and,
Twilight Equestria.
yeah. And a question, no, no, no.
Like they all of the votes have ordered, well, apart from the fucking Cantaloupe one, but that's probably going to get talked about later.
I
Well, no,
think
what about
my-
the Chimera one?
No, that was an accident.
That
Oh,
was an
shit.
accident. They were,
Like,
yeah.
All
the
of them
follow-up
have orders
missions
to
are all good.
just be like, yeah, if this actually gets deadly at any point, stop. Just disable everything. Do whatever you need to so
Oh,
people
yeah, they
survive.
did, didn't they? They did mention that, or Applejack mentioned that whenever she was talking to the head mayor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, comparatively, we can compare this to, a Vault in like Fallout. I think it's New Vegas, where basically every year they have to just sacrifice someone.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Though to be fair, that one did actually turn out to be a test vault. Like they weren't actually meant to sacrifice people.
Oh no, they weren't meant to, but like
They did.
they could.
Yeah.
They were told to, and they could.
What happens if it's just the head mayor left?
Well, at the end,
Sacrificing
there's
myself.
at the end,
That-
there's
that
like
vault
5
ended.
people, and they don't
Yeah.
sacrifice someone. And it's like, surprise, you didn't have to sacrifice anyone all along.
Congratulations.
And then some of the people kill themselves because
Yeah,
they
and then
realize
you
what they've
don't
done.
hear about any of them again. Because yeah.
Good old
They realize
Voltec.
what they've done, and it's like, oh my god, we've killed so many people, and then they end up like killing themselves.
Yeah.
Just
it's
as
the one
dark
that's
as
the-
Project Horizons.
Yeah.
Almost.
Almost. Yeah, I
Or
feel like
Villain.
Project Horizons could easily go darker than Fallout.
No, it easily goes dark.
Well, judging by what we've
Easily.
heard, it goes very, very darker.
Yeah.
They invented a new shade of black,
And it's not orange.
pretty much.
Did they shove it on Blackjack to make her as edgy as possible?
Yes,
Yeah.
with red.
Literal black and red OC.
Oh no. Oh, no.
Is it
Alright.
the OG Black and Red OC though?
How did the Cutie Mark Crusaders go behind the main 6-packs? Can you explain that one to me?
No.
Chip, wasn't that your...
Despite explicitly being the one to put it.
So I think
I
the experiments in the vaults were like not with the main 6's
Yeah.
permission, and like you remember they had that like secret meeting with that you saw with the Sparkle Cola recording.
Yeah.
Now that I say that, I
It's
can't
a lot
remember what
of little
happened in the meeting, but
I think it was Applebloom talking to like Scootaloo or something about the morals of doing the experiments or something like that.
And she was like, yeah, these aren't meant to be deadly, but like they're gonna be fucked up anyway.
whoops. Yeah, then they.
And then
could
but we
stop
And
need
so
it.
like,
Otherwise everyone's just gonna do all of this bullshit again and kill each other again.
yeah.
So we need to fight a future.
And they also did the Cantalot Vault, which sorry, Cantalot Stable, which the main 6 obviously wouldn't have approved of, where they just locked in all the high and mighty ponies, and they were going to lock them in
Including
forever
the
in it.
princesses if they were alive.
Yes.
Including them. If
And
they...
also a couple of the main 6. I don't know if Rarity and Twilight was supposed to
No.
be in there as well.
I don't think any of the main 6 were.
Yeah, not that I recall, at least.
Everyone was supposed to go there, but it didn't happen.
Also, I like how they rub in the face that they saved all of the Equestrian Zappas in that one vault, in the message to the Cantalot Vault. They're just like, yeah, all of those people you tried to kill and segregate, yeah, we saved all of them, fuck you.
We saved everyone. Surprise.
Oh yeah, because they saved all the people in Zebratown, didn't they?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
is that where like Zenith descended from? Like the
Yeah.
people who were the people saved from Zebratown. Yeah. Oh yeah, because Stillhooves helped in their evacuation, didn't he?
Yeah.
What a good lad.
Not a good guy.
And then like the bubble burst and like the waterfall filled with pink cloud just fucking murdered everyone that wasn't safe.
Sploosh onto him.
Yeah.
Turn him into a metal boy.
Into a ghost person.
That was the sad moment in the story when he like finds his like footprints in the tarmac for where he just got like fucked over.
That is from that point on until the point where he finds out that Applejack was pregnant. It's probably the saddest part for Steel Hoops, in my opinion, when I was reading it.
Yeah.
Real sad boy hours.
Real sad hours. Zebratown was a nice arc. I think I said that last time as well. But that's fine.
Probably.
What actually happened to all of the Cutie Mark Crusaders? Because I don't remember.
Sweetie Belle went into the vault that Pip's from.
She was the first Overmare of Vault 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Scootaloo went to follow Rainbow Dash, but then
Yeah.
died.
Yeah, she got
and
radiation
they
poison.
find her corpse. Yeah, they actually find her
I'm
corpse.
gonna follow
and
Rainbow. Oh fuck,
I
I'm dead.
don't know about
Literally,
Apple Bloom.
Why
Scootaloo
did the
just
chicken follow the rainbow dash?
fucking Scootaloo summed up as in I love Rainbow Dash and it got me fucking killed.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, basically.
rest
And
in
I
peace.
think Apple Bloom is found in Stable Zero, which is the test vault that's in Stable Tech in Manhattan.
Yeah,
Am
it
I
was
correct
never
there?
finished, and she was there when
It
the
was
bombs
never
went off,
finished.
so she was just like, well, guess I'll die.
I'm gonna
She's
start making some
Doing
recordings.
work.
Yes, and then she started making some recordings, which Little Pep found. Can we just talk about how like Little Pep found every single fucking recording? No one else just picked them up.
Dude, maybe
Yeah,
they did,
it's
but then they
fine.
just leave them there. They just fucking throw them on the ground.
I
Nobody
mean,
can play them.
because-
To be fair, like you can't play them unless you have a fucking like pip buck or whatever,
Or you're
Yeah.
a unicorn.
or you're a unicorn. So like, there's two things there.
But like,
Yeah,
you could
'cause,
like
like,
half the
the-
people are unicorns.
Some
I
of
don't
them
think that's
she
how the
just like
races work.
copied rather than using an orb for though. Like she just copies them off a terminal and then so it's not like she removed them. It's all
Yeah.
there.
Oh, I didn't really notice that part. Fair enough. But yeah, they all die. Sad. Well, apart from Sweetie Belle.
I'm
Apart
assuming
from
they're
Sweetie Belle,
really
who does still
small,
die.
like gumball sized or something.
What
It's a really
the-
tiny memory orb. I'm imagining they're the size of like a fucking pool ball.
Yeah, but if it's that big and you had 3 of them stuffed in your saddlebag, it'd be pretty fucking heavy saddlebag.
I mean, to be fair, they stuff a lot of things in there, and like it's magically expansive.
I think they need to
Yeah.
be like grenade sized because like she fucking hides them as grenades multiple times against the alicorns.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, I see them as
I'll
grenade
take
size.
that.
Get fucked, Krafty.
I was thinking more football sized when I
yeah,
was
it's like
reading.
the size of a fucking billiard ball. Is like what I was
Just
thinking.
football size,
Yeah.
just like an entire like 20 centimeters in diameter. Easy days. Just carry 6 of those in your backpack.
A fucking basketball.
Look, I have a very vivid imagination when I read things, okay?
There's a difference between
gumball.
vivid and retarded.
There's a difference between vivid and just wrong.
Oof, real call out hours.
Alright, so the only 2 characters we haven't mentioned yet are the 2 princesses.
I mean, they got mentioned a little.
Yeah,
Like we talked about how Luna's fucking dead.
yeah, Luna is seriously
Oh,
fucking
fuck.
dead. So
Luna did fuck all, to be honest,
they're kind of
in that story.
no, she's the one that created the ministry, Mez. The ministries.
She also got sad that she kind of got a bunch of children killed.
Yeah, she was a
True.
little sad that she got people
It
killed.
wasn't her fault, was it? Wasn't it like all part of Celestia's prank, LeMayo?
Prank
Yeah,
them.
it was also well, I say kind of her fault, but because the zebras couldn't distinguish between her and Nightmare Moon.
That's
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
the, that's kind of the zebras being stupid, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they
Oh.
shot at her, and then the activation of the fucking turrets in the school just activates and shoots at the zebras, and then fucking war breaks out.
And then all the
I'm right
kids in
there,
Little
right.
Horn die.
Yeah.
And everyone dies.
So yeah, Celestia
Or bar
had. I
Luna.
think Celestia had loads of guilt from the Little Horn massacre because she thought it was her fault, which is why
Yeah.
she stepped down, and
That's
also
why
Big Mac dying for her. I think that was like the final
I don't
straw.
think that played an important. I think it was more Little Hoof disaster that made her withdraw.
Didn't she? But
I mean-
like, didn't she retire like immediately after Big Mac died?
Yes.
I'm not sure. I don't know if
remember
that
that.
played a big part or not.
She retired. She pulled out. She's like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah, and then she.
Oh, it was
yeah,
And then
probably
she
it's
put
probably
Luna in
not
charge.
Big Mac dying. It's the fact that she was getting assassinated, probably.
I don't know. I feel like she would care about Big Mac.
Nah, I'm pretty sure it was because Big Mac died. Like she's tired of people dying, and she just kind of like pulls out. And she's like, Luna, you got this.
Yeah, you got this. Have fun. You'll be fine.
Have fun. Goodbye. I'm leaving. Going to the moon. I'll be back in 2,000 years.
That'll be easy. Yeah, it felt easy. Just banish all of Equestria to the moon. Live on the moon. New society. Easy days.
New society on the moon.
And Luna takes over it, creates the ministry. So she actually ran the war pretty well. I think better than Luna did. Like, they were on the brink of winning it. They would have won it with Luna if Fluttershy wasn't a fucking retard.
Pretty much, yeah.
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 So,
I mean, they were going to win it anyway unless Fluttershy gave her the stuff.
yeah,
I mean, they're
that's what I said.
zebras.
Come on, then. Just taking my ideas, rehashing them, and use them as your own. What are you, BuzzFeed?
I mean, they would have won the war anyway. Like,
That's
yeah,
what
honestly,
I
I
said.
think they would have won the war anyways. Like they were on the path to winning,
Yeah, they
and then
yeah.
Fluttershy gave the like over the mega spell stuff, and yeah.
like. I think
I mean, if you think about it, they're just zebras.
that's racist.
Get out of here, Krafty.
Well,
Come
it's
on.
not. All they've got is little bat wings, and that's it. They have a piece of Nightmare Moon armor, and that's it. And a book. A book, a piece of armor, and bat wings. What does
And
that make?
coal. Don't forget they have coal and dirt.
They have coal. Okay,
And dirt.
yeah.
I thought
Flammable
it was
dirt for
burnable
energy.
dirt. Come on now.
Burnable dirt.
Burnable dirt.
They got quite a
Right.
bit.
I retract that statement now that they have burnable dirt.
Yeah, get fucked. Yeah, I think it was mentioned a lot of times, like later on in the story, that fuck, they were like really about to win, weren't they?
We're gonna win. Fluttershy, why did you fuck everything up?
Yes. And then Luna dies in Cantlot to the pink cloud because she's a weak little bitch. Celestia lives because she ain't a weak little bitch.
Celestia goes poof and teleports into machine or something.
The single
I
Pegasus
think Celestia
project,
was
yeah.
on her last legs, though. Bear that in mind.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like, how did Celestia fuck up the single Pegasus project? Why didn't she link up to the actual thing? Why did she put herself in the?
I
Because
told
it
you-
wasn't.
I
Yeah,
told you
this is-
this last thing. Rainbow Dash disconnected the single Pegasus project to the mainframe.
Yeah.
She was like, oh, wait, that's just fucked up. Can't do that.
Yeah, Rainbow Dash basically said, I'm going to not let this happen, and fucked it up.
For reasons I don't know why, I'd said, but
Because it's based
So
off of
that's-
season 1.
yeah, okay. But
Rainbow Dash fucked it up because she didn't agree with what they were going to do. However, Celestia came in rather than like other people taking control of it, but Rainbow Dash inadvertently fucked over Celestia.
she was on her last legs anyway from the pink cloud, but Luna, because she was smaller, died. She was going to die soon, so she uploaded herself.
But wasn't there a mainframe and there was a seat that she could like go into to get into the induced coma, the same induced coma that Little Pip got put into?
Yeah, but like,
They
it's
literally-
like they tried to do with the Crusader mainframe in one of the vaults. Like,
Yeah.
you linked your soul to it as well if you did it that method.
Think of
But-
like an electric chair, and you have that thing around your head, and that uploads your consciousness into the mainframe almost. That's the kind
But
of idea
why
I
did
was
she do
getting.
that instead of just getting into the chair?
Because she was going to die anyway.
So she's like,
Yeah, she
I'm
wanted
going
to stay
in.
alive.
Oh, I see. So she would have died. So because she was dying, even if she went
Yeah,
into
she had
the
to, yeah.
induced coma, she'll just die soon anyway.
I mean,
Yeah.
there is
Yeah.
also a possibility that, but it wasn't mentioned, that she tried it and it didn't work, and she was like, "Oh shit, so I'll just upload myself to the mainframe." But I don't think that would have happened. I think it was just her dying.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that. I could believe that.
Or plot convenience.
Plot convenience.
Yeah.
But it makes sense as
Yeah.
plot convenience. Like, she's dying because she
As
just...
always.
Like, Luna did
No.
fucking just die. Celestia's dying. And then she's like, you know what? I'm going to upload my consciousness. And then, bam. Oh, fuck. Rainbow Dash, you arsehole.
It's clearly because the helmet was too
Rainbow
small.
Dash fucked it up.
But she could still
Rainbow
see
Dash
everything,
too big.
couldn't she? Like, she can access the cameras and
Yeah.
things. She just couldn't control the
She
camera.
sees everything.
It wasn't talked about much in the story about how it was all relayed from Apple Bloom up to Celestia, like between the Ministry Mares and Luna and all that. Not much is really said by that one memory orb about Little Horn or whatever its place is called, Luna School.
Yeah, the Little Horn Massacre.
So what are you
Where we
talking about?
kill
What
everyone.
information is missing for you?
It's just not much. Is like there's no like orbs of someone talking to Celestia and telling her about the SPP and stuff. It's just there, and she just knows that there's a
just,
mainframe there
She
to
knows
upload
everything.
herself.
She is the benevolent... Are you doubting the benevolent Princess Krafty? Are you doubting her powers and expertise? That sounds like you need to go in the pit.
You need to get in the pit. Krafty just wants
Web.
to know if like Pumped Up Kicks was playing at the Little Horn Massacre.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Yep, that's it. That's all I got. I'm done.
Yep, that's it. I think that's all of the villains, all of the pre-war stuff. We did all the Equestria one last time, so that's the two-part podcast done then, yeah.
Yes.
What? Unless anybody can think about anything that needs to be said now.
Go
Any
read Project
details?
Horizons, Krafty, and then we can have a new podcast, but we won't actually make it a podcast.
Because
I don't think
of
I want to
all
have that
the
podcast, to be
It'll
honest.
be Equestria. It'll be the community podcast
18 plus.
after dark.
Yeah, no,
Exactly.
That just sounds like we're gonna like talk about weird
Adult
shit.
Swim.
Like we're not going
It's
to, but
Adult
it
Swim
sounds
time.
like we'll be talking about weird shit. Today we're
I'd
gonna
do it
be
for the Rainbow
putting the
Dash.
everything filter on and Derpy Brewer.
And we're gonna scroll.
Oh no!
You don't do that anyway?
Like everything filter, sort, score, low to high. That's how you do it.
No.
Only the best for NG.
Exactly.
Oh, don't forget to put the Who Far tag at the top there as well.
Yeah.
Oh no, there isn't actually much images of Who Fire. It's quite sad.
Good.
With the default filter,
I
you
thought it-
fucking retard.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say something else then. I was like, oh.
I'm running out of profile picture material. It's sad stuff. But this isn't a
Well,
flat
disable
question
the filter.
podcast. So, who did we get to summarize it last time? I think we got Krafty to do it, but he was shit, so we got Chip to do it, right?
And
Yeah,
then
Chip-
I was shit, and
Chip
then
was supposed to
Spone
do it.
Spone was shit.
Yeah. Mine was actually better. Mine is the best out of all three.
So who do we give it to now? That's
We give it
Why
to
don't
you,
all
Angie.
of us say something?
Wait.
No, we give it to NG.
I have to summarize the podcast. Okay, to summarize this podcast, Pinkie and Rarity are amazing in the show, and they're amazing in the book.
You're right about
I
one
disagree with that first statement.
Well, I can just cut that out at the end of the podcast, so nothing happens.
of those. Perfect.
So yeah, thank you for listening, people. And we'll see you next week. We'll be going back to the normal show and not just crappy little fanfics that we spent like a month reading. So
The normal show being what?
Wow, rude.
yeah, thank you for listening.